Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown ass man. See, I'm a grown ass man. Grown ass man. Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom. Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, what I doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope I'm actually not muted right now. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for being here so much. We got huge news today, and you know what I'm pushing. You know what I'm advocating for. You know my opinion. Deebo Samuel requests a trade, and I want him. I want him, and there's no excuse for it. What is going on, everybody? How are you doing? I see a lot of people in here already. Young Money, what's going on? Zay Boogie, Geraldo Milton, Justin K, George Burwell, Cryptologist. Who else? Man, you guys are awesome. So many people in here. Shane Butler, what's going on? Eagles Clip, Trent, Marcus, Owen. Man, a lot of you guys in here already. Dank, what's going on, man? Tony Holmes, Slippin'. What is happening? Francis, Kyle, Jaden, Mayday. What is up, everybody? Philly's finest, Lucas is here. George R. And, of course, Maverick is angry as always. Here we go. Just what I need to kill my hopes and dreams. Maverick saying we ain't doing nothing. Come on, Mav. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Listen, you're probably right. The Eagles probably won't go after Deebo Samuel, although he's requested a trade. But I think it's a smart thing to do. I don't understand why they wouldn't. I don't know what they're waiting for. And to me, it drives me absolutely bonkers. This whole idea that we got to worry about what the Eagles are paying guys and this and that. I don't have to pay anybody. They have to pay them. Which means I probably shouldn't talk, but I do. You know? What's up? What's up, Nick? What's going on, buddy? Chris Scott, brother, you look great. What did you do? No. I 18. I 18, and then I probably gained like 2 over the course of Easter weekend. But I'm back on keto now, so it's working slowly, you know. I got to do more, though. Henry says, Howie won't do it. We be outbid. My favorite player from another team. I can only dream. I'd pass out cold if we get Deebo. Listen, you know, it's funny because last night there was a lot of hold on here. I gotta I'm trying to stay on top of these channel member little chat things that don't show up in StreamYard. Brett, a member for 7 months. A Dingbat Nation, my man. Thank you so much for your support. He says, yo, Philly, hope Philly Nation family doing well. They are doing great, my man. Everybody's doing well. They're all at school and work. So I come home for lunch. The next 3 days at least, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think I should be able to get like an hour and a half lunch. So I could come home and try to do these. And then if I can get home early enough tonight, I'll do the Sixers game. Otherwise, if I can't get home by halftime, I won't. Zay Boogie, man, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. He says, Deebo is better than any receiver in the draft. I say go get him. Completely worth a first-round pick. Completely worth a first-round pick. I agree. And we need to start from the whole beginning of this thing because last night his brother tweeted on Facebook or put something on Facebook saying, you know, they're asking for a trade, whatever. And I did a video on it, and then some people said, no, his brother was kidding around. Look what his brother said. He's kidding. And I said, there's no way I believe his brother was kidding. And I held on my video. I kept it up there because I believed it was right. And then, of course, today it comes out that Deebo Samuel has, in fact, requested a trade for the 49ers. And the way this thing works nowadays in the NFL, it seems like when players request a trade, they get a trade. So we're going to have another high-profile wide receiver go. Now, we're talking about a guy who's 26 years old. who could help the Eagles immensely right away. So I think the Eagles should go after him. Chris, you're member 8 months, man. Shout out to you, my friend. Another wide receiver 500 once, but won't get shocker. Listen, let me say this. I get these people all the time. Hey, Philly. Hey, yo, Philly. We want everybody. You want everybody. Why do you want everybody? Well, listen, if they would get me one guy, then I wouldn't be saying, what about this guy? What about that guy? I do it for a specific reason. I do it so that in a year from now, when Howie Roseman is having all these excuses made for him, I can say, remember all these guys we wanted and he didn't go out and get? No excuses. And I don't want everybody. I didn't want Devontae Parker. I didn't want Robert Woods. Those were 2 guys I did not want. So yeah, it is what it is. Get me one guy, then I won't complain about the other guys. But when you have the ammo and you sit there and you have press conferences like today, and you're Howie Roseman and you're saying, "Oh, we believe in Jalen Hurts. We hope he's here our future." You've done nothing to show that. You've done nothing. Shock pick. He says we have the most ammo to make the trade happen. We have the ammo to do it, man. Definitely. Sleepy in the house. What's up, Sleepy? Well, I would love to see Honey Badger come too. I just don't know, like, at what point are we playing the draft game or are we playing a try to win game? I'm sorry, Am I streaming Sixers tonight? Sixers will all depend upon what time I get home from work. So a lot of that depends on how long I take for lunch. So we'll see. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of people in my last stream, so I don't know. We'll see. 500, the reason is Reagor. Oh, Reagor sucks, man. Amen, Philly. No one has been grabbed yet. Nobody's been grabbed. Of course I want people. I want somebody. Give me one guy. Look, if they would have signed one guy, I wouldn't be talking about all the other guys, I named 2 bum wide receivers. Yeah, but I mean, I talked about but I talk about everybody. I mean, I'll talk about anybody possibly out there. That doesn't mean I want the guy. I talked about Devontae Parker. I did videos on him. I didn't want him. Eagles not getting him. Won't get my. I'm not getting your hopes up. I am not trying to get anybody's hopes up. I am simply just giving my opinion. I think that Deebo Samuel out there. Listen, here's a guy who's really good with yards after the catch. Right? You can use him at the running back position. You can move him all around. Wouldn't he be the perfect guy for a guy like Jalen Hurts? I just think it would make Jalen Hurts' job so much easier. And you can use him in the run game. I mean, I don't know. I think the Eagles would have to be crazy not to get in on this, to be honest. I honestly think besides the draft, the Eagles are done with moves. I mean, it's the way it seems, isn't it? It's the way it seems. Eagles are lowballing Matthew. That's because he's 30. I mean, that's because he's 30. Eagles gang. I love the thumbnail. 500. When Deebo gets paid, that will cause drama to Tennessee. That will cause drama to Tennessee, Washington, Seattle. Well, listen, AJ Brown is another one. I mean, he's taking off all the Tennessee Titans stuff. Sounds like he could want out too. Give me a better quarterback before we pay 30 million. Yeah, but let's say you get a better quarterback, Robbie, right? And then there's no receivers available. Like, I don't think you can pick and choose when these guys become available. The good guys come available when they become available. You have to be able to stomp on it at that time, and if it doesn't work out perfect, so be it. I say get the receiver and then worry about the quarterback, Milton says first and a third, Reagor, do it. Oh, yeah, exactly. Geraldo says, I would take Deebo over DK, would be matchup nightmare, but knowing how he operates, I'm not going to hope. Now, don't get your hope up. Don't get your hopes up. I'm not trying to get anybody's hopes up. I'm just fighting the good fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fighting the good fight. Say, Boogeyman, thank you for the super chat. Again, my friend, he says, oh, Philly, that would be an absolute nightmare for defense. Having Deebo implement into the offense would open things up for Watkins, Smith, and Goddard. It would. It would. And if you want to go quick throws, if you want to do high percentage throws, especially like screens, slants, things like that, he can take it and break it at any time. I mean, I think he's a second most explosive player in the NFL besides Tyreek Hill. And if he's available, you guys could, you guys could time out spam, hey there. He's spamming, The Black Line says, I'd be happy with Deebo or AJ. Oh, I would too. I would too. But I mean, the guys become available when they become available. We can't wait until everything is perfect and then say, okay, now we want our $30 million wide receiver. I say get him while you can. The only thing I've heard about A.J. Brown, Timothy, is that A.J. Brown took his Titans stuff off his Instagram as well. And he may want to trade too. Deebo's worth a first round. I would give them anything. I would give them anything. I would do like a first, a third, and like a fourth next year, something like that. I would definitely do it. You know what I mean? I'm just making sure there's no child membership chats here. Hold on. But I mean, geez. I watched the press conference with Howie today. Dude, they ask him softball questions. Everything softball questions. Like nobody asks him, hey, Howie, if you really believe in Jalen Hurts and you really think he's the guy, why have you done absolutely nothing to help him? Nobody asked that question. Sixers Dub, he says, yo, Denzel, do you think it's possible to go after Deebo and or A.J. Brown and Honey Badger with the type of money these players are asking for and picks teams are asking for? I mean, I think you could get one. I think you could do one. Obviously, they want a lot of money, right? The way I see it is the wide receiver market's set what it's set at. And in a few years, you're going to have guys like Justin Jefferson get extensions, and they're going to reset the market. And then Devontae Smith is going to come up for a contract extension. He's going to only reset the market. So to me, people want a first-round wide receiver this year. We got one last year. What are you going to have? Devontae Smith, his contract comes up. You have to extend him. Then you have a guy like Chris Olave or whoever you drafted the first round, and then you have to extend him the next year. Like, why not spread it out now? In 2-3 years, we're going to say Deebo Samuel is a bargain. So to me, you're going to pay either way. That's how I feel about it. I think we're a top 10 team if we get Deebo would complete this offense. I agree. I think we're instantly contenders. If we get some new wide receivers who will hold the umbrella then. I don't know. But listen, when your mom's holding the umbrella at practice, you're in trouble. 5 rings. I love the thumbnail. The 500. I want Roseman to sign Hurts to a 10-year contract. Winless against 500 teams. Well, they beat some 500 teams. That's not true. DeKalen Zacharias Metcalf over Deebo. Hey, listen, if I had my choice, I'd probably be with you there. I would go DK too. But I'm not going to – I'm taking who's available, Super Bowl 500. Get the players while you can. You can't wait. You can't wait because everything doesn't everything doesn't always work out the way you want it to. It just doesn't, Let's just get hey, bye. That's how I see it. Let me see here. We have 253 people in here. Shout out to you guys, man. 253 mother humpers in here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I didn't think there's be that many people in here today. But I'm going to try to do these the next 3 days in a row. So, and then, of course, next week we'll be streaming every minute of the draft. And then I'm going to hopefully be able to sprinkle in some Sixers if I can get home in time. Was that Aran? He says the only Eagles fan that supports Howie Vision. You're the only Eagle fan that supports Howie Vision. Hey, look, I can't support him until he makes some good picks, man. He does good in trades and contracts, but I hate his draft picks. He has more than 3 years of anything. You don't give him touches at running back. Who has more than 3 years? Who are we talking about? I think DK and A.J. Brown fit us better than Deebo because the coaches don't know how to use Deebo. I mean, but why do we assume that they don't know how to use Deebo? If we're to think about it, if we're talking about we can't get guys because we can't pay them. We can't get guys because our coaching staff can't coach them. Then, like, what's the point? Blow the whole thing up. Fire the whole front office, fire the whole coaching staff, and trade everybody. Let's start over. I mean, we're talking about we're handicapped by the coaching staff. We're handicapped by the GM. We're handicapped by the salary cap. It gets so frustrating. We either want to build a team or we don't. And when you get guys like Deebo Samuel that are available and you have a chance to build your roster for years to come, I think you have to do it. You know? Are you saying DK or Deebo? I would take DK over Deebo, personally. You know, maybe that's just because of the trauma I went through when we passed on DK. Easy money, my man. Matt Corral's #1 fan. Matt Corral, here he goes. Matt Corral's the next star quarterback. He has every trait seen in today's NFL quarterbacks. Rocket arm, talent is never in question. With Corral, he can do it all. I actually am intrigued by his arm. I think he's got a great release, great arm. I think he's a little like thin. He's much bigger than I thought he was going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if he's there in second round. You know, would I trust? Would you trust Sirianni to use Deebo correctly? Yeah, I have to. He's the coach. Otherwise, I don't. I mean, otherwise, what are we doing? Let's get rid of these guys. You know what I mean? I say let's get rid of them. So wrong, can't afford either. Why? Why can't you afford them? I don't believe in that. I see these guys manipulate the cap every day of the week. You can sign Deebo Samuel in a way that his contract doesn't hurt your cap until next year. You're signing an extension that starts late. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Why? I mean, what do we do? What are we playing? Monopoly or are we playing football? You know? That's how I feel. S. Marie, shout out to you. Like the stream. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Corral, I like Corral. Yep. I like Corral a lot. But I don't know if I draft him in the first round. Deebo would fit greatly in a slot. With Deebo, you could still keep Quez on the outside opposite me. I agree. And I'm not even saying that you can't even draft a wide receiver. You could still draft one. I'm telling you what, I think Pickens is the guy. I'm telling you, looking at all these receivers, I think George Pickens is the guy the Eagles should draft because I think he would fit opposite side of Smitty the best. That's just my opinion. You know, Philly Talk Podcast, shout out to you, man. Pinky up, though. Pinky up. Says, I see both sides 500. Draft or trade, but we could make it happen. We could. All I'm saying is, what are we waiting for? Like, what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for the perfect quarterback, the perfect situation, the perfect coaching staff? And we have none of that, so we should just do nothing? I don't agree. Melvin Gilmore, what's going on, man? It's hard to see that Deebo is available because I know we weren't getting him. Look, they're already listening. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of these. I'm trying to catch up to the chat. But if I'm missing some of your stuff, just retype it. Chat's going way quicker than I thought it was. We're having way more people here than I thought I was going to have. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I'm in 500. Would you? No, I'm not giving 2 number ones. That's where I draw the line. I draw the line 2 number ones for what I'm not doing that. Only position I'm giving 2 number ones probably quarterback, or maybe if you give me like a premium Reggie White type defensive end that's 15 plus sacks a year. I'm not giving up 2 first rounds for receiver. No, that's where I draw the line. If we don't move, who do you want at 15, 18? Inversely, what picks would trigger a Philly 500 meltdown? Meltdown, interesting. I have to think about meltdowns. I don't know who would trigger a meltdown as of right now. Maybe Drake London. I think he's a Toronto rapper. I'm just not sold on Drake London. Although I'm not so sure that he's not going to be good either. I feel like he's like Keyshawn Johnson. You know, meltdown would be hard. Probably a quarterback. Like if they took like Kenny Pickett, I'd probably have a meltdown. You know, the only way Corral goes the first round if there's a desperate team. Steelers, Panthers, Corral better not go to the Eagles because he's not number one talent. Yeah, I agree. Now, I'm telling you, I don't think there's any way the Eagles are staying at 15. I do not think that's happening at all. The Eagles will not stay at 15. The Eagles are going to trade up. Well, the question is how far are they willing to go? A lot of people are saying that Carolina wants to really get out of 6 bad. So they could try. They could make a play for that. You know? I think we were waiting to draft to see if the Eagles get wide receivers. If not, I bet they would trade for a while. So think about this. They get a wide receiver. Then when the year after you have to extend Devontae Smith for $30 million, you're going to have another receiver who's going to want $30 million. You can't pay them all, so we're just going to let these guys all walk after one contract? I mean, to me, I think I say the play is to trade for one of these wide receivers now. Get help for Jalen Hurts. Nothing like smoking a blunt and watching Philly. Such a vibe. 100%. Thank you, Nick, man. Enjoy that thing. I can't smoke that kind of stuff. I feel my feet grow, and then I think my shadow is the FBI chasing me. Corral is the next star quarterback. Easy money. Dude, if Corral is like a star quarterback in 2-3 years, easy money, you're a legend. You're a legend. How would you feel about trading for Sarl? Yeah, I mean, 2 guys that if I'm going to move up to like 6 or really high up into the top 10, it's 2 guys, Sauce Gardner or Thibodeau. I think those are the 2 guys you make a trade for, you know? I would trade for one of those 2 guys. Any quarterback first round would give me a meltdown. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm intrigued by Corral, but not in the first round. You know what I mean? Philly 500 for vice president. How about president? President. I'll get the gas prices down right away. Yeah, you're looking. Hey, I don't disagree with you. You know? Gotta watch out for shadow. I'm telling you, you ever try to run away from your shadow? It's kind of hard. If we could get Deebo, Booth, Brisker, this would be great. Oh my God, it would be great. I mean, look, if they did, let's say they pulled off a trade for Deebo Samuel. Did everybody's whole outlook of this whole off season would change. All of a sudden, you're saying, all right, we're going to see what Jalen Hurts got. We're going to see what this coaching staff has. We're going to see what this team's about. We're going to know. We're going to have to wait, you know. Hamilton, I like Hamilton. They're saying that he may fall. If he falls to 15 or 18, I would get him. I'm okay even with trading up to Stingley. Like, if Stingley falls to like 10, I would try to trade up for him. He will be 500. Corral is every trait seen in today's NFL's best quarterback. All right, the question is, what's he got in here? You can have everything, and you can watch all the tape, but we don't know about the ticker until they get out there, you know? As much as we want these wide receivers that are available, that one contract should, Howie don't want shit. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, they don't want to pay the guys because of the contract. But like I said, what are you going to do in 2 years when Devontae Smith's contract's up? Do we not pay? Are we just not going to pay receivers ever? I mean, at what point do we do something? You know what I'm saying? Philly, I'm starting my channel soon. Watch out for Fire Philly Sports and Boxing. All right. I like it, especially boxing cover. You know I'll be there. Give me a link to when you start it, too. Don't overpay Deebo. Go get Pickens or Wilson in the draft. If I could overpay for Deebo, I would. And then in 2 years, 3 years, when I got to pay Devontae as well, people will say, oh, man, Deebo's contract, that's a good bargain right now. You know, that's how I look at it. But I agree with you. Pickens. I think Pickens is the guy that you look for. So if the Eagles want to take a receiver at 18, I say trade back and take Pickens, you know. Do I have a special draft outfit? I'm going to wear a Randall Cunningham jersey on draft night. I just bought myself a new Randall Cunningham jersey, so that's what I'll be wearing. What I would give up for Deebo, a first, a third, and then a mid-round pick the following year. You know, that's what I would give. You got to pay to play. It's it. It's it. There's no – you're going to pay whether it's this year, whether it's next year. If, like I said, if you want a receiver this year in a draft in the first round, you're going to have to pay them a second contract. You want your first-round pick to get to a second contract. That means you would have Devontae Smith getting a second contract and then the receiver this year. Now you're paying not 25, 30 million, you're paying much more. I say spread it out. Pay a guy now in Deebo Samuel and then pay Devontae Smith in a few years. No, I don't live in the Bay. No, I live outside Sacramento. Roland says, Philly, if we had a competent throwing quarterback, Devontae would have had 1,200, 1,300 yards every year. Yeah, I agree. I'm on the belief that this is probably the peak of the wide receiver market with wide receiver talent coming to the draft every year. I mean, yeah, but you're going to assume that they're going to be this many guys coming out. And, not only the guys draft this year, but look at all the guys that are wanting to move. I think it's going to be harder in 2-3 years to get a receiver. I think you got to strike when the iron's hot. And I agree with you about the quarterback, but they're going to go with Jalen Hurts next year. So if you're going to go with Hurts, give him the best opportunity. Brother Shit's born like crazy with you. You must be talking about easy money because they can't be talking about me. Sixers Dub says, I don't think it matters how far they go if they move up from 15th overall pick as to who they're going to draft. I believe they're going quarterback, Matt Crower. Wow. Sixers Dub, you think they're drafting a quarterback with the 15th pick. That will be shocking to me, but it wouldn't totally be surprising. Got to be honest. Everyone fighting for Deebo, but when the hell are we going to sign I think Tyrann Mathieu is just taking his time. I think he's just waiting until after the draft, Deebo had one good season and has been hurt. I know, but that was a hell of a season. And the question is does he have more of those coming in his future? I believe he is. I believe we're seeing the ascension of Deebo Samuel. So I think he's got many more of those years in front of him. Maybe where he's not going to run as much, but I think you got to jump on it. There was a Sixers parade today at the Rocky Stairs. I was there, and they're throwing T-shirts off the top. Very cool. Very cool. Yo, Philly, are you ready to move on from Hurts if he doesn't show improvement season come? Yes, absolutely. For me, this is a make or break for him. Yeah. For Deebo, I give up 3 second-round picks and 2 third-round picks. So you'd give up 5 picks? I think that's a lot. Philly, Deebo liked the tweet of him in the Cowboys uniform. Yeah, wouldn't that be horrendous if he went to the Cowboys? Oh, my God. Could you imagine Mark Holmes? Bunchy Carter, thank you. Can you imagine Mark Holmes and his son going off? We may not get any of this. We really may not get any of this if Deebo Samuel goes to the Cowboys.
One more play.
The officials are bad.
We had one
Yo,
more.
you gotta be motherfucking
You
kidding
got to
me.
be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had no time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
This is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you
The brother
literally.
screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way
We had one bad opportunity.
No more of that if they get Deebo Samuel. We don't need that. Yes, that dude's always spamming. I don't know how I even let him go. I tried to sneakily unblock him, and he came right back with his stupidity. Some of these people, man. Phil, you tripping. Wide receivers is dispensable position. Why pay DK $30 million a year when you could take on a chance like a guy like Garrett Wilson or Olave and pay them $1 to $5 million a year? Yeah, but it's two things, gentlemen of culture. You just said it. You just said it. Why pay a guy who's established when you can take a chance? When you say a chance, that means you're not sure. And you can't be sure with a rookie. On top of that, who's the guy making the draft picks? Howie Roseman, a guy who can't pick wide receivers. So I look at it completely different. Why take a chance on a guy paying him real cheap when I can pay an established guy big money and know what I'm going to get? That's the way I look at it. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? So I look at it a little differently. You know what I mean? Philly. I mean, do we trust the draft? I agree with. I don't trust Howie Roseman making the picks. I listened to his press conference. I thought he gets softball questions. Nobody asked him anything, and everything he said was the same questions he answers every year. He's going to trade up, I think, and he's going to trade back. I think he's going to move up from 15, from anywhere from 12 to 6, and then, or 6 to 12, if you want to put it that way. And then I think he's going to get that 18th pick, and he's going to move back. That's what I think is going to happen. If Lloyd is there 15, 18, yeah, I would have no problem with Lloyd, Nakobe Dean. I have no problem with any of those guys. The problem is, I don't think the Eagles will draft a linebacker, I just seen a tweet that said the Eagles, Cowboys, and Colts have made offers for Deebo. Well, that I hope, send me the tweet. Send me the tweet because I would love that. You know what I mean? That would be unbelievable. Yo, Philly, I'm just tapping in now. Who should we take with the 15th pick? It's hard to say. I mean, that there's a gaping hole at corner. You hate to be trapped into where you have to take a corner. To me, if I had to guess, I think if they stay at 15, I think they're going to go defensive tackle. That's just my guess, though, But we'll see. Petey Tad, what's going on? He said, let's go. I'm ready to do the deal, Howie. Me too. I hope I'm changing people's opinion. I'm ready to debate this. I'm ready to debate going and get them because I believe firmly that the Eagles should be one of the most aggressive teams in trying to get Deebo Samuel. Wilson's going to be a bona fide stud. See him going top 10 now. I think Wilson's really good. I do. I think Wilson's going to be good. I'm telling you, I think George Pickens is the guy the Eagles should get, though. If we're gonna draft a receiver, I think they should target Pickens. I think Pickens opposite of Devontae Smith would be really good. And you probably can get him and move back a little bit. King calls at 500. Take a look at Troy Polamalu, nephew. He's 6'4", 230 safety at USC. He's a steal if we pick. Where's he supposed to go? I've heard of him before. I've never watched him, though. We should trade up and get Sauce. I've been literally dreaming of trade. If the Eagles are going to go way up, I say, yeah. Let's say if they want to go up to like 6, make a play for Sauce. That's what I think. If not, and let's say around 10, then get Stingley. Dan Cilio says the Eagles are front runners for Deebo. He's my gabagool cannoli eating paisan. So if he says it, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Easy Money says we own the NFC with Matt Corral. So Easy Money, let me get this. You're taking Corral 15, right? You're not messing around, right? Deebo for 2 picks? Yeah, why not? I love you too, Happy Dog Sports. Look at Happy Dog over there. Ugliest feet on YouTube. You know what I mean? Justin Biller, front runner, rubbers. He said, "Hey Philly, is Remy? It's all apart. I guess." You caught me off guard with that one. You caught me off guard with that one. I keep matrimonial duties. That's all. I read that and it like kicked in like 2-3 seconds later. Wilson, what happened? I froze up there for a second. That's weird. Wilson's best wide receiver in the draft period. I like Wilson. I have no problem with it. Cilio said we should get Kaepernick. He hasn't played in like years. RJ says, I love you, fight, but I disagree. We need to draft defense with both those 2 picks to get Honey Badger. We could draft our new quarterback next season and get a vet to go. No, I don't want to draft a quarterback. I actually agree with you. I mean, I prefer use those 2 first-round picks and get yourself defense. I'm totally okay with it. But I would take that 18th pick. I'd try to move back a little bit, pick up another pick if I can, and then use that pick and try to get yourself back up into the second and take George Pickens. That's what I would do. Have you watched a film on Marcus Jones from Houston? You need to check him out. Thank me. No, I haven't. I'll have to do it. You want DK? I would want DK Metcalf too. Let's see, man. These are going so quick. I cannot keep up. Man, D-line needs desperate help. No defensive tackle sign for. Yeah, I agree. Joe Vegas. It is totally. You have to get defensive line, and the Eagles. I mean, I think that's where they're going to go. I can't imagine a way in which the Eagles don't go defensive line with the first pick if they stay where they are. Mark Holmes blocked. He says, "Oh my God, Deebo coming." He needs to. He needs to. Hey Philly, is there a quarterback in this year's draft better than Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray? I don't know about Kyler Murray. I mean, Malik Willis intrigues me. I think he has a lot of upside, and I think Corral is very intriguing. But I'm not taking any of them with a first round pick. You know, I did not see the Cowboys going for him. Why would they if they signed Gallup? Cowboys lost a couple receivers though. Cowboys lost Cedric Wilson and they lost Amari Cooper. So they could. Douglas Steele, man, thank you so much for super chat, my man. He says, how can Dallas afford Deebo when they just paid Gallup and got to pay CD coming up? I don't know. I don't know how they could. You know, how do the Rams keep affording to pay everybody? I mean, the Rams got no picks. They're way over the cap, and yet these guys are signing people. So, I mean, there's always ways to manipulate it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how. I don't, honestly. Justin Biller, man, thank you so much for super chat, my man. Because I'm convinced easy money is Matt Corral. Interesting. Maybe easy money is Matt Corral. Interesting. Hey, man, easy money. Are you Matt Corral and you want to be an Eagle? That's okay. We're great. You know? We're great. I want defensive tackle Davis out of Georgia. Well, yeah, I do too. If I have to go defensive tackle, that's where I'm going. You know? It's gonna be interesting. Texas boy's got to make sure. He says Deebo not going to trash Eagles. You sound scared, my friend. You sound scared. Okay, Philly, would you rather have Deebo for $25 million or Tony Badger for $10 million a year? I'd rather have Deebo for $25 million a year. I'll take my chances with him because one, you've literally not helped your offense at all this offseason. So I'll take Deebo, and he's younger. He's 26 years old. No, I meant I wouldn't trade one of the first on Deebo because he still have holes in defense. No, I understand that. I think, though, I mean, you have improved your defense somewhat, right? You've added Reddick. You've added White. You have done some stuff. Yeah, you would not be able to get two defensive players there. That's true. But, I mean, what have they done on offense? They've literally not helped their offense at all, you know? Happy birthday, Young Money. Is it Young Money's birthday? Hey, Young Money, happy birthday, my man. The paparazzi is not bothering me today, no. Deebo or Honey Badger? Deebo. I'm gonna go with the younger guy, you know. Salary cap ain't real. It's never real when the teams don't want it to be, you know. Land 22 Shark, thank you for super chat. He says Howie admitted he messed up the previous drafts. Only if the owner knew that. You know what I mean? He did mess it up. He did. The question is, will he mess it up this time? Thank you for super chat, by the way. Chronic Spin Dash says, yo, Philly, wouldn't bring in one of these wide receivers take away snaps from Smitty. That's two number one guys. I don't know that would. You know, I don't think it would take away snaps. It doesn't have to take away snaps from him. Hopefully, it would take away snaps from Reagor. I mean, hopefully, it would be the end of Reagor. But it shouldn't take snaps away from him. Unless they're rotating these receivers out, you know. I think Devontae has to stay exactly where he is and he play every snap. He can. Which one, Pickens or Watson? I'm going to go Pickens. I'm going to go George Pickens. I'm really high on George Pickens. I was watching a lot of him yesterday. And, I already liked him. The few, the Georgia games I did see and stuff I liked. But, he's got size and he has decent speed. Not great speed, like not blazing speed, but he's got good enough speed to get separation downfield. I think he would be a great fit opposite of Devontae Smith. And he came and visited the Eagles. Come on, Philly, that was a lazy take. You just gave the Rams multiple picks and they've restructured players to free up cap space. The Rams have one of the best front offices in the league and GM. No. I give the Rams credit for what they're doing. But what I'm saying is people say, well, the Eagles can't do this or can't do that because of the cap. Well, when teams want to spend the money, the Rams are the perfect example of a team that is not worried about manipulating the cap. It can be done. That's the only point I'm trying to make. I'm not throwing any shade on the Rams or anything. Jose says, third year in a row, Eagles drafted another wide receiver round 1. It could be. That's insane, right? It's crazy. Jeremiah Butler, my man, thank you for super chat. He says, I trade a first and maybe fourth because we still got to pay. Yeah, I think I would do a first, a third, and like a fifth or a fourth the following year. That would be my limit. Philly, go to NFL rumors. They said the Eagles, Jet, Packers, Chiefs, the Texans, and Lions interested in Deebo. But it's still Rams Nation. Well, I don't think the Niners would send him to the Rams, right? The Rams are the best team in that division, probably the best team in the conference. Hell, maybe the best team in the league. They're the champs. But if the Eagles could be in on that, I could even live with it. If they said the Eagles made a strong play for Deebo Samuel, but we're outbid, I could be like, all right, we tried at least. Say no. Howie's brought Matt Corral to Philly for a visit. He brought him once or twice. An ACL is scary, but his talent is healthy makeup. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Jameson Williams? I'm sorry if I'm missing some of these. By the way, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're going to be doing this today, Thursday, and Friday. I should be home for lunch for those, so look for those. We'll be trying to do these the next few days, and of course, we got the draft next week, so it's going to get crazy. And then maybe if I get home tonight, I'll do the Sixers. I don't know what time I'll be home. Deebo on the Eagles would be deadly, especially given Cowgirls fan. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. Honey better sign after draft, no comp pick formula. I would expect him to. That makes a lot of sense. If you're him, it makes sense. I don't care what people say. We do not need to draft a quarterback. It's just sign Colin. I think the Eagles are going to draft a quarterback in the next 2 years. But I don't even think they need to sign Colin. You already got Minshew, unless you're going to trade Minshew, which I don't know if they are, You take Lloyd at 15 because Williamson will fall. It'd be hard. The Eagles have not drafted a wide receiver. The Eagles have not drafted a linebacker since 1979 in the first round. No thanks on Jamie Williams either. Needs strong receivers. Not these 180, 190 receivers, as they won't last long term. How about Pickens, Paul Mancini? What are your thoughts on Pickens? Here you go. He says it here. I like Burke, Pickens, Alec Pearson. I like all those guys too. Hello, Timothy Looper says, hello, Philly, from an old Cowboy fan from Terrell, Texas, 30 miles east of Dallas. What's happening, my man? This is just a wasted year for wide receivers to progress on a team. Hurts is garbage, like I always say. Well, then they got to find their quarterback, right? Like, if you're right and we're just wasting our wide receivers and nobody can progress because we don't have a quarterback, then we got to get a quarterback in the next 2 drafts. I mean, that's all we can do. I don't know what else, Wilson, Williams, Pickens, only receivers I love in this draft that are NFL ready. Look into cornerback Tyreek Wooten, 6'4", 4'3" speed. I like that. Minshew doesn't want to be a backup. He wants to start. Well, where's he going to go? Where are you going to trade him? I have to get at least a third-round pick for him, you know? No first-round cornerback since 2002. Lito Shepard really won. I like Booth. I think Booth is the third best corner in this draft, to be honest with you. Yeah, they haven't drafted a corner in the first round since 2002. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. That's crazy to imagine, isn't it? Let me see if we're demonetized yet. Usually we're demonetized pretty quickly. Let's see. No, we're not demonetized yet. How about that? That's something. Here's a thought. All right, Chris, here you go. Here's a thought. If we get Deebo and Hurts doesn't work out this year, would Philly be the place to be for any quarterbacks wanting to change next year? I think so. I think it would help attract more quarterbacks, of course. I don't see how it could hurt at all. You know? I don't see how it could hurt at all. I think it makes the evaluation process that much easier, you know? Easy Money, a.k.a. Matt Corral. He says, I don't like Pickett because he won't be elite. Lacks arm talent. Wasn't good until his 5th year in college. Just outsmarting college kids at this point. Middle of the pack quarterback at best. Interesting. Booth might be your pick. Yeah, I could definitely see Booth at 18. Definitely. I definitely could see him. We got over 400 people here in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And I'm sorry, I'm definitely missing some of these. I didn't put it on slow mode enough. I didn't think I was going to have this many people. Paul says, if the Eagles trade Minshew, who wants out? Then they will 100% draft a quarterback to have a backup quarterback for 2002. Ritter or Howell in the second round after trading down from 18. Could, yeah. But you got to give me, I got to have at least a third-round pick for Minshew. That would give me 3 third-round picks. Then I'm taking one of those third-round picks. I'm moving back up. John Doe loves Kenny Pickett. We need John Doe and Easy Money in like a debate off. Because we got one Kenny Pickett fan, one Matt Corral fan. I love it. Yo, I keep missing your comment. I'm sorry. It's going so quick, man. I'm trying to keep up with this chat. I apologize. Sushi does it. In the interest of conspiracy theories, get this. The fact that we haven't done anything to help Hurts out this whole offseason leads me to believe we move up from 15 to 6 and go after quarterback in the draft. Yeah, definitely possible. I mean, if they like a quarterback. But I mean, I don't think they would do it. I don't think they would do like 6, right? I don't think they would move up that high. But I do think my conspiracy is that they don't believe in Hurts. That's why they're not getting him help. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But you could be right about that. It's interesting. Scotty says, yo, Philly, it's your boy Scotty, a.k.a. Dingbat Jr. What's up, Dingbat Jr.? I want Deebo, DK, and AJ. Then I would trade Devontae Smith. I don't want all of them. I just want one of them, you know? Philly, remember when Howie went to all those pro days? Yeah, he did. I think he did. Oh, wow. Alex White. Wow. Thank you for the super chat, Alex White. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for that. It's very kind and generous of you. Thank you. Alex says, Philly, just wanted to say I hope everything is getting better for you and your family. Thank you. I know how hard it is to lose someone close to you this year. I just lost my grandmother / mom. Love watching you every day. Pause. Keep being you. Thank you, Alex White. And I'm sorry for your loss. It's been kind of hard, kind of difficult. I knew my father-in-law. Like we knew he was sick and stuff. But we didn't think it would go this quickly. We thought we would be able to get out there because he lived in Florida and see him this summer. So it was kind of a shock to us. It's been really hard for my wife. But we're we believe we'll see him one day again. So thank you, Alex White. I really appreciate the sentiment and the wishes and the super chat. Totally means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Ramal says, yo, 500, what's up? Still 2 hours left, and I'm home from work. You're home. You got 2 hours left. I'm having a long lunch today. Yeah. Shout out to Alex White. That was really generous of you. Thank you so much. Very kind words. New Zealand Philly fan. What's going on? How are you? Hurts is about as accurate as to a toilet. That's pretty good. I like that. You think Lloyd is this year's Parsons? Well, I mean, if that's the case, I would draft him in a second. I would love if the Eagles came out and drafted like Nakobe Dean or Lloyd. I would love it. I have no faith that they're going to do it. I've said for years now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to pick the Eagles drafting a linebacker until they actually prove to me that they will. The Eagles would trade for number 6 for the Giants. We'll select Gardner at 7. Heard the hit first here. I think that if Gardner or Thibodeau are at 6, I think the Eagles are going to make a play for one of those guys. I do, Finally, some streams of what? Yes, thank you for being here. Ravens released Boykin yesterday. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, runs a 4.42. We need to get him. He will be cheap. I mean, bring him in. I bring him in. If you got good receivers, then quarterbacks will come. I also think that it helps with the evaluation of Jalen Hurts. I mean, you know what's going to happen, right? I mean, if we go into the season with what we have now offense, and Jalen Hurts struggles, you're going to have half the fan base saying he's a horrible quarterback, get rid of him, and you're going to have the other half of the fan base saying you got no weapons for him. How can you evaluate? What did you expect him to do? He has no weapons. So to me, if you add weapons, like legitimate veteran weapons on this offense, then it's hard for anybody to say he either is or isn't. I don't want any excuses. I honestly believe that we'll be fine as long as we get the Honey Badger before we get going into the draft, because if we wait till after the draft, Honey Badger will go elsewhere. I think he's waiting on purpose. You know what I mean? That's what I think. And New Jersey Fish and Gaming Maniac, what's going on, man? How are you? Philly, want to hear my final mock draft for the Eagles? Yeah, lay it on me. Sing those. I think I'm going to be on a show tomorrow with the Swamp Rat. Where's the Swamp Rat? Where's the Swamp Rat? Where's the Swamp Rat? You've been pizzled double moonwalk, cause the Giants always stink. Thank you very much. I would love a situation where the Giants want Sauce Gardner at 7, and they think they're going to get him, and all of a sudden the Eagles come out of nowhere and once again jump the Giants and screw them over. It would make my whole draft, man. I'm not gonna lie. It would make my whole draft. Trade one of our picks for a star wide receiver and draft linebacker. I mean, look, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Ilzadon, I'm with you. The Eagles are counting on Devontae Smith and Quez both improve 22, which they should. I mean, but listen, doesn't every team think that their young guys are going to improve? Like, that should be like factored in already to the following year. Like, to me, that's not what you rely on. It's like, okay, that is something we've already factored into the equation. Now we've got to go out. We've got to go out and help the whole offense. Every team, Texas Boy says, can't wait for a Philly draft meltdown. I honestly think maybe I shouldn't say this. I think I'm not going to have a meltdown this year. I don't think there's any way I'm going to have it. I think Joey Shakes is more likely to have a meltdown than me. And we'll be streaming every minute. It'll be me and Joey. So we'll see, I believe the Honey Badger will be a Raider. Yeah, I've heard that. Check the Eagle. What was the latest report? I would rather have A.J. Brown. Don't see San Fran wanting to trade Deebo to the NFC. And also, A.J. Brown and Hurts are best friends. They would have chemistry out the listen, I think A.J. Brown would be fine. I would love him too. But right now, we know Deebo Samuel has requested a trade. A.J. Brown hasn't. And I think that the way the NFL kind of is going these days, if guys request trades, they get them. That's the way. It's kind of like the new NFL. What do you think about Garrett Wilson at 6 and Boot Jr. 18? I think 6 for Garrett Wilson would be too early. If I'm up at 6, man, I'm hoping to get Sauce Gardner. Would you rather draft Jermaine Johnson or Jordan? I would draft Jordan Davis. I like Jermaine Johnson too. I do. My thoughts on it are this. You got 2 defensive tackles that are going to be gone next year, most likely. Like Fletcher Cox Hargrave last year. So you have no real defensive tackles. So I would get a defensive tackle, and then I would try to get Ojabo in the second round somehow. That would be my play, you know. Honey Badger hasn't signed yet. No. With this Deebo thing emerging, do you think how the Honey Badger will now be looking to make a move quick, seeing that the money will be spent from? Nah, I don't think so, J-Sub. I think what's going to happen is I think that I think you're going to see Honey Badger just wait till after the draft. He's going to wait till after the draft, and a team is even more desperate for a safety. That's what I think. Easy money, you the man. I like your. I'm not against Matt Corral. Like if he's in the second round and they want to take a chance, I'm not going to have a meltdown. I'm not. It's not going to kill me. Do I think Jalen Hurts can throw? I mean, I don't think his arm is as bad as everybody makes it out to be. But, you know, you're not going to be always able to step into every throw, and things aren't always going to be perfect. I think he has to work on his mechanics. I think he has to be able to hit guys in tight spaces. I think he's got to become way more accurate. I am wait and see on Jalen Hurts. I'm okay with giving him another year. I just want him to have help, you know? Yeah, everybody keeps saying Jordan Davis, 2 downs. He only played 2. I don't believe that. Just because a guy played limited snaps in college doesn't mean he can't play more snaps in the pros, especially if he takes care of himself. We know the guy's an absolute monster and an absolute athlete. So I have a hard time believing he can only play 2 snaps. You know, a lot of defenses and a team like Georgia can rotate guys in and out. That's fine. Here's the thing. Sometimes it works in your favor, because sometimes you get a guy with not a lot of tread and wear and tear from college coming to the pros. So that doesn't scare me off at all. That just sounds like nitpicking to me. This guy is a freak athlete. I have a hard time believing if he takes care of himself and he works hard that he can't be a 4-down guy. That's just my opinion, you know. When do we address the running back position? Do you think trust Sanders our leading back move? I like Miles Sanders. I don't know if they'll extend him. I don't know if they will. I think 3rd round you draft a running back. I think 3rd round is a good place to take a running back. You know? Jacobs as good as Deebo if he's such an Eagle player. I mean, every Eagle player stinks. Kazi, what's going on, man? Pocket awareness. I think he has to learn to throw to spots also. I think he definitely has to be more accurate. You know, I mean, we're going to find out if he can make the jump. I just wish that they would give him players to help. Just help. A lot of freak athletes don't make it. That's true. I mean, the one thing you can't measure, you know, we can't measure about Jordan Davis is I've never talked to the guy. I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what makes him tick. You know, I am concerned with Jordan Davis that as he gets older, if weight becomes an issue or a problem. But you don't know what's in a guy. I just know that from what we've seen, if you look at the tape and then you look at the combine, it all matches up. So I'm okay taking him. You got to have defensive tackles. I mean, the Eagles' whole defense is predicated on the defensive line. And you're going to lose. Talking about losing Hargrave and Fletcher Cox after next year. You've got to get a tackle. You know? Bro, you could just tell casual Cowboy fans they have no idea what's they're still worrying about Dak Prescott. We need DeKalin Zacharias. Yes. Listen, give me DK. If we had DK right now, I wouldn't even be talking about Deebo. I wouldn't talk about anybody. You know, if we had gotten DJ Chark, I would have been talking about wide receiver. If we had gotten Allen Robinson, I would have been talking about wide receiver. But we've gotten nobody. You know, Deebo to Philly, I think would be awesome. Hey, listen, if the Eagles believe Wyatt is better, I'm okay with it. I like both Wyatt and Davis. My own preference would be Jordan Davis. You know, interesting tweet I just saw. 49ers have zero interest in trading him. They would have to be blown away by an offer. That is the first step in acknowledgement that Deebo Samuel is going to be gone. That's what every team says. We're not trading this guy. We would have to be blown away by an offer. And in a few weeks, they get blown away. It happens. I look for Deebo Samuel to get traded on draft night. If we draft a linebacker in a second or third, who would you pick? I like the kid from what's the kid from, I forget his name, slipping mind. The kid from Alabama. Christian Harris. I like that kid in the second round. I would be okay with him. What do you think of Kyle? I think Kyle Hamilton. I mean, I am a little concerned about him in pass coverage, but if he fell to 15 or 18, I would take a chance on him. You know, 500 brother man. I think Honey Badger. If we can get one of these freak wide receivers like Brown or Deebo, then we need to draft a linebacker, defensive line, or corner. One of these groups. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Especially if you could land both those guys, I totally agree with you, brother. The type of player that would make the biggest difference for Philly is a top receiver. Smith was doubled and bracketed almost every play last year, and he was open all the time. I mean, he was open a lot. Wyatt's 24. Is he 24? Wow. How old is Jordan Davis? I like Nick Cross. I think there are a couple safeties in the second round you can get up too. You know what I mean? Sven, what's going on, my man? Oh, another Dingbat session. How many wide receivers do you want? You have 2 first-round wide receivers on your team. Why do you want more? Or do you dislike the Umbrella Man? The Umbrella Man stinks. Come on, you know it. Jalen Reagor stinks. If Howie Roseman made the right picks, we wouldn't be talking about receiver. Or if they would have just signed somebody. So what receivers do I want? Any of them. Any of them. Just give me one of them. Give me A.J. Brown. Take him. Give me Deebo Samuel. I'll take him. Give me DeKalin Zacharias. I'll take him. Just give me somebody. That's all I want. Somebody. We need a quarterback. Who you thinking, Mr. Right now? Who do you want? Chronic Spin Dash says Jalen Hurts has gotten better every single year in college. In fact, he had far better numbers his senior year than Justin Herbert did. Even better completion percentage. Put some respect on his name. You're talking about Justin Herbert, though, right? Justin Herbert. You've seen what Justin Herbert's done in the NFL. I'm not saying don't give the man another year, but you know, Justin Herbert. I mean, that's if he get close to Justin Herbert in the NFL, then we're talking. Philly Michael Anthony, where's the fitness? Has Mark on why? What did he do now? Ritter kind of being slept on. Yeah, he is kind of. I agree with you there. Now the only quarterback the Eagles had brought in is Matt Corral. So is this a fake out? Are they going for like Howe or something? Or do they really like Corral? From what we've heard, they think Corral is by far the best wide receiver in the draft. No? Mike, he says, I want DK the Honey Badger Sauce Dotson from Penn State. Yeah, now you're talking, man. Now you're talking. DeShante says, Smith and Goddard with a little quest here and there was really all he had. It was all he really had. Absolutely. I feel like Gainwell is going to be a big part of the passing game this year. Hurts is another top 5 receiver in draft, if not Deebo. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you could get him a wide receiver. See, the thing is, if you get him a rookie receiver, right, then a rookie receiver, you know, you don't know how much he's going to contribute first year. To me, the reason why I want a veteran receiver is because I want the immediate help this upcoming year so that we can properly and without excuse evaluate Jalen Hurts. You know? Are you talking about the linebacker from Wyoming? Philly 5 brother, man. I think the Honey Badger, if we get him one of these freak wide receivers like Brown or Deebo, we need to draft a linebacker. Agreed, Jeffrey. I agree with you. Man, I'm trying to catch you. I think I'm behind. Best cams, that double moonwalk them out of there. They are making an offer for Deebo. Now you're talking. That's what there should be. There should be no hesitancy by Howie Roseman. Like, you calculate the calculations. He's the perfect fit for Jalen Hurts and what the Eagles offense does. I think you got to jump all over this. New Zealand Philly fan, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Shout out to you, man. You're too nice. Thank you, man. Says final mock draft. Eagles trade up to 6 and select Sauce or Thibodeau. A+ in the first round already. You already got an A+ for number 15 and 51 and Dillard. Okay, so they give up 15, 51, and Dillard. They need a left tackle. I like that. Trade back 18 with the Packers at 28 and get to 53. Okay, and then we select Burt's and Brisker. Man, A+ draft. I think most Eagle fans would absolutely love that draft. I would love it. That's awesome. Awesome mock, man. I like it. I like it a lot. No, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. Yo, what's happening? So the Eagles are making an offer, huh? DK isn't a veteran receiver. He's been in the league less than 5 years. When I say a veteran receiver, I mean you're talking about a guy that is like what? He's 2 years in the league. He's a veteran. He's a veteran. No, DK Metcalf is a veteran wide receiver. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm checking his voicemail. DirecTV called me to let me know I get 50% off whatever. I'm already a customer. How can they not know I'm already a customer? DK is definitely a veteran. Here's the thing with Jordan Davis. I don't watch college football, and I heard all year was about this Georgia defensive tackle dominating the sport. Now the game's ended. Everybody overthinks it. Everybody overthinks it. Exactly. I mean, I just look at it purely from an athletic standpoint, what he can do, a position that you actually going to need. I mean, I haven't talked to him. I don't know the inner workings of him, like how committed he is. Like, that's stuff we can't figure out, you know? I mean, a lot of these guys in the NFL, a lot of them, they're all talented, but some of them just don't work out because maybe they're not as committed. There's a lot of reasons why. Yeah, second-year guy is, in fact, a veteran. Yeah. We would have to see astronomical growth from Hurts in order for the Eagles to keep him. This is the reality. That is the reality, Dr. Phil. That is the reality. And so my point is let's give him something to work with and make it just maybe a little more easy for him, you know? Metcalf is 24. He's not a rookie, but he's not a vet. What do you mean? Metcalf's been in the league, what, going on 3 years now? He's a veteran. He's a veteran. He's my definition of a veteran. He's a guy that has played in the NFL before that could come in and instantly help. You know what he's going to give you. You know what he's capable of. That's what I'm talking about. I consider him a veteran. Is Jalen Hurts don't give it his all this year? Is on the next one. I mean, Hurts will give you everything he has. The question is what is that? Like, what is it? We don't know. Here we go. Do you guys realize Stroud and Young are going to be the worst two records this year? They're top two picks. We won't have a bottom two record. No other quarterback are elite in 2023 draft. Stroud and Young are out of reach. Yeah, you're going to have a top 2-3 pick for him. I agree. Let's see. Jose said, I want to see Wentz versus Eagles. I hope that's the first game of the year on Monday Night Football, you know. Metcalf has over 3,000 yards and 29 touchdowns. He's definitely a vet. He is. He's young, too, man. 24 years old. He's really 24? He's 2 years younger than Deebo. See, that's the guy I would like to get. I would like him. Bryce is 5'10". That does worry me. See, Corral is bigger than I thought he was. Corral is 6'2". I didn't know that. Oh, 3, thank you for super chases. What's up, 500? Any news? Hope we get Deebo. I haven't seen anything. Let me see if I can pull up something. Nothing I've heard anything new. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of rumors with Deebo now, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people putting him in the Eagles. Let's see here. People are always sending me stuff if there's any links to the Eagles. Let's see. Nothing on the Eagles. I haven't seen anything on the Eagles linked to him yet. I'm seeing teams like the Lions, the Chiefs, the Packers. There's teams being linked to him, but I haven't seen the Eagles linked. If anybody's seen anything with him being linked to the Eagles, let me know. I think the reason why we're not getting top receivers in here is because we don't believe in Jalen Hurts. Why waste some money on a receiver when we know we're getting another quarterback? That is the only logical explanation that I can come up with. That's the only thing. And it's frustrating because you hear Howie go, and he has to say, I guess, on some level, we believe in Jalen Hurts. We want Jalen Hurts to be the future of our franchise, all this stuff. Yet they do nothing to help the guy. So the only reason that they don't do it is because you're right. They haven't gotten their quarterback yet. And it could be that, Am I streaming Sixers tonight? If I get home, it all depends what time I get home from work. How long? I've been streaming over an hour, so I'm taking a little extra long lunch, which means I'm going to be a little extra late. So it depends what time I get home. I'm going to try. Worst 2 records this year will need quarterbacks. They will laugh at Howie's phone calls and take their... Yeah, they're going to take their franchise quarterbacks. I agree. I love these. I love these kind of comments. These are my favorite because I love to double moonwalk that ass. Here you go. This offseason, Philly 500 has won DK Metcalf. Yes. Russell Wilson. Yes. Deshaun Watson. Yes. Tyreek Hill. Yes. DK Metcalf. Yes. Deebo. Yes. Ojabo. Yeah. Jordan Davis. I won't even put the draft picks. Don't even count. AJ Honey Badger. Yes. You said DK Metcalf. Well, what's your point? What's your point? It was very simple, right? Let me explain slowly for you so you understand. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, if you have an opportunity to get them, do it. Yes. DK Metcalf, Tyreek Hill, Deebo, AJ Brown. You need a wide receiver. You have an opportunity to get them, do it. All the draft picks are just draft picks. Everybody's talking draft picks. But I see nothing wrong in this offseason what Philly 500 said. If you would have gotten me one of those guys, we wouldn't be talking. But of course I wanted them. 03 David Super Chat says, give them one first, 2 seconds, Reagor and Jalen. Man, I mean, that's a lot. That would definitely get it done. You know what I mean? That would definitely get it. What do I can't say the name, but it's chemical distributor. But I can't say the name. Or they may kick my ass. Let's see here. He left out at least 20. But he didn't talk about all the players I didn't want. So I talk about players I don't want too. It's not just who I want. But believe me, it's all strategy. See, I have set everything up perfectly. You guys think I'm playing checkers, I'm playing chess. You see, because what I've done is I've held Howie Roseman's ass accountable. Next year, when everybody's making excuses for him, that happens every year, I've held his ass accountable. I have the videos to go back and prove all these guys were available and he didn't want. Because people will make excuses. Trust me. I've double moonwalked your asses, and you haven't even seen it coming. Rigo, thank you for the super chat. He says, what will you be willing to give up for Deebo? How about a first, a third, and a fourth next year? I think that's fair. And thank you for the super chat. Corral is not built like an NFL quarterback. That's why there's steroids. That's what steroids are for. Go have some steroids. He'll look like a great franchise quarterback. I'm with you. If Howie has proven over and over he ain't doing jack shit, he's fine with being mediocre. It's unfortunate, but true. Philly, it would just cost too much, don't you think? Why pay all that money now when you can just draft a young stud? But, okay, bird's eye view, and I said this earlier, and I'll throw this out to you. Let's say you draft a wide receiver with the 18th pick, right? So in a few years, you have to pay Devontae Smith. You have to pay him an extension. By then, it's going to be well more than $25-30 million because guys like Justin Jefferson are going to reset the market. So now you have to extend Devontae Smith, and then the following year, you have to extend the other wide receiver you drafted in the first round. So you're going to pay even more money for those two guys. By getting a guy now and paying a guy now, you're going to have to pay Devontae Smith in the future, but that contract isn't going to look nearly as bad. So my point is you pay either way. You can pay now or you can pay later, but you're going to pay more later. Philly, I think Wentz make a big comeback. He might. They very well could. They very well could. You know, we might get Deebo. One can only wish. You know, I'm afraid Dallas is going to get him. Corral has an arm. There's no question about it. Corral has an arm. Hurts can run at least without getting hurt. Corral is not big enough to run and stay healthy in the NFL. Neither. You know, the thing with Hurts is he did get hurt. I mean, he did have ankle surgery, right? He can't keep running like that. You know? If I hear you, I would say you let one walk, keep Smith, and draft another young star. Yeah, I mean, I guess. And then you're relying that your general manager is going to pick the correct guy. That's a whole nother, that's a whole nother thing. The Matt Corral take is awesome. I love it, Easy Money, because Easy Money threw his balls on the table. He said, this is what I'm about, Matt Corral. Look at these balls. And he's going to have to stand by it. There's no excuse. If Corral stinks, everybody's going to say, hey, yo, Easy Money, you remember that? He's going to have to eat it. But if he's right, he's right. I like that. I say put it out there. That's what I do. If there's somebody I like, I say it. If I say Drake London, people say he's the best receiver. I say he sounds like a Canadian rapper to me from Toronto. Forget it. He stinks. I could be wrong, but I'm going to have to eat it one way or the other. Oh, 3, thank you for Super Chat. He says, thoughts on Warriors and Jordan Poole? Oh, not a lot. I mean, not really. Anything. But thank you for Super Chat. I appreciate it. Hold on. Let me see this real quick. Hold on 1 second. I want to see if they demonetized me yet. Come on. Computer's slowing. 500, what do you think is a better chance to be a franchise quarterback? Hurts or Corral? I think Corral. I'm going to be honest. I think Corral, because I think he's got an elite arm. He's got a big cannon arm. What I don't know about him is I don't know the intangibles. I think Jalen Hurts has all the intangibles. I don't know about Corral's intangibles. I don't know what kind of guy he is. I don't know what kind of leader he is. Those are the things I like about Jalen Hurts. I can't really say either way, to be honest. But I like his arm though. I think he's got an arm, you know. Let me catch up here. Jalen Hurts is 6'1", 220. Carroll is 2 feet. Yeah, big difference. Is Jalen Hurts really 6'1"? I'm surprised. I thought Jalen Hurts was like 6 foot. Steagles fans, 568. Thank you for Super Chat, my man. Appreciate that. The Corral has to put on weight. He's too thin, you know. He's too thin. Yeah, you want to join, Joey? Yeah, no doubt. Let me send the link. Hold on. Let me get a link set up. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link, Joey. So Joey Shakespeare, come on. Let me send you a link. I'm gonna have to get my headphones. All right, Joey. I sent you the link. Hurts is 5'11". He's 5'11". Jeez. Yeah, I thought he was 6 foot, but 5'11". Yeah. Joey's gonna join his Knicks hat. He's got a Knicks hat. I gotta go get. Let me go. I don't know where I put my headphones. Let me go get my other headphones. Here, let me play a little. Let's have a little baby home stuff let me go get my stuff real quick before Joey comes out. It's like a afternoon shakedown.
Not time for one more play.
The officials are bad.
We had one
Yo,
more.
you gotta be motherfucking
You got to
kidding.
kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had no time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Away, but, you know, this is just
The brother screwed us.
You know, I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you
The brother
literally.
screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way
We had an opportunity for one more play.
Hi, Michael Anthony Fitness here, MAF.
To set up here right there, and I'll be able to use the original structure right there. Now that'll take, whoa, and that's where we have to be careful.
Choose to live my life a certain way. Tell you how to live your life. I don't care. It's not important to me, right? I don't care. You people can choose to do whatever the hell they want to do.
You fucking kidding me? You fucking moron!
It's airborne. It's airborne. So I breathe it in, I breathe it out. Kind of makes sense. I'll tell you, I'm one of the dumbest mother humpers out there.
It's my choice, but why are you going to get on my case? Because I choose to live my life a certain way.
And that Mark Holmes Bad Dog round 2 is coming. We're getting ready to bring him on, the man here, but before we do that, I might as well play a little something. Here, we're getting ready for Joey to come on. So he'll be on in a second. And in the meantime, get ready for this.
Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500, like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
All right, so let's bring in the man. I just see that he's in here. I had to scroll down on my thing. I got so many damn windows open. But Joey Shakes, what's happening?
Nah, dude, I didn't know you were streaming until like a couple minutes ago. But
yeah, the next few days, I got able to come home for lunch, so I'm trying to take a little advantage of it while I can.
You're good. What do you think about the Deebo stuff going on, man? So Deebo looked like he's going to get traded. Could it actually happen before the draft, like right around the corner?
I think it's going to happen. I don't think. I mean, Deebo's gone. He's getting traded. These guys today, they don't. There's no these guys aren't sitting there getting forced to stay on the team anymore. When they want out, they get out. All these guys who want to get traded, they get traded. So I think he's gone, dude. I think he's getting traded.
Yeah.
And the Eagles have to be nuts if they don't go for him.
You think part of the reason is because he's being used the wrong way, as in being a running back, taking too many hits, and kind of, is that part of the reason?
I think maybe there's so much shit all over the city of San Francisco that's stepping on him that he don't want to be in San Francisco.
Yeah, it might.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why he wants out, but apparently he wants out. Zay Boogie, man, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, Philly, I need to hear from you. Realistically, how would you want the draft to turn out? First round, second round specifically. I would like to see early first round, first pick defensive player is what I would like to see. And then I would like to see, preferably, I would like to see 2 defensive players in the first round, a wide receiver in the second round. And then I'd like to see the Eagles come up and try to get Ojabo. And then I'd like the third round to be like running back and safety. That's kind of how I would like it.
Sounds good.
I mean, you heard the stuff, and welcome Joey Shakes to the chat. But you heard yesterday, right? It started last night. Deebo's brother put out stuff saying Deebo wanted to trade. Okay, so I did a video on it. People say, nah, he didn't say, he was joking. I said, there's no way he was joking. I do not believe that. And I kept the video up. And then, of course, today it comes out, Deebo Samuel requests to trade.
Yeah.
So, he's going to go. He's going to get traded.
Yeah, the 49ers were actually, they had a contract already ready for him. The contract was ready. It wasn't about the contract not getting done. It was about pretty much Deebo not wanting to be there. So it wasn't on the 49ers. It's all on Deebo about just not wanting to be there anymore. So...
Yeah. See, here's another brilliant comment from another dingbat Cowboy fan. Man, you all going to have Deebo, Metcalf, and Smith. Not fair. Listen, just get me one of them. If the Eagles would have signed Allen Robinson, I wouldn't be talking about Deebo Samuel or DK Metcalf or A.J. Brown. The reason we talk about all these guys is because these are guys the Eagles haven't gotten. They haven't gotten anybody. So like I said, I'm setting everything up. I am setting it up because in a year from now, when everybody's like, what did you want Howie to do? He didn't have any options. I'm going to say, remember every video I made on every player that was available that the Eagles could have got and didn't get. And I'm going to hold them responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I give them credit for not, even with the Calvin Ridley trade that would have happened, would have had a receiver in here already, but it just seems like they just let everybody slip through their fingers. There was affordable guys out there. They didn't. I don't know why they didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. No. Susan says, guys, I think the trade up candidates are the Jets. I think the Eagles could trade up with the Jets, and I think they could trade up with Carolina.
True.
And maybe I forget what Seattle. Yeah, Seattle too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe Matty. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I think it's gonna take a first plus. I wouldn't give up 2 firsts. I'm not giving 2 first-round picks for receiver, but I'll do a first, a third, and a fourth next year. If that can't get it done, then I tried.
True.
What about you?
So I heard some other news today about the Texans at the third pick looks like they've been doing a lot of homework on Sauce and Stingley. They could go corner at number 3. So if they get Sauce, are you moving up past 12 to get Stingley, or are you sitting packed at 15?
I'll consider Stingley if he gets to 10. So if Stingley gets to 10, at that point I would start considering it. But Sauce, if he gets to 6, I'm going up for him. Him 6, him or Thibodeau.
True.
You know. Let's see here. Let me try to catch up to some of these. Sixers Dub says, "Yo, Philly Joey, I want to see how much Hurts has improved this all season. I think decision making and lack thereof did hinder us last season, and we could have won a few more games." Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see we're gonna see how much he's improved. I just wish that we could say, "Hey, look, this is what we've got with him, and this is after we've brought in more help." I think to say that, hey, the only thing we're relying on is that everybody gets better with one more year of progression. Every team has every young player, you know, their hope is that every young player progresses. That can't be the only way or the only thing that the Eagles rely on for their offense. I think that's horrible, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, even with Jalen Hurts going into this year, like at the beginning of this whole entire thing, when Russell Wilson became available and a few quarterbacks became available, I wanted to build this roster, keep Jalen Hurts, and at the end of the day, he's only had a year and a half of football. I mean, it's not much. So he's working with Tom House and Quincy Avery, maybe throwing with Tom Brady, whatever's going on with that, and as long as he's working his tail off and he's going to be a better passer and get these guys the ball, it's going to be up to Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator, and I'm giving this another shot. So. No, we'll see what happens. We have the draft compensation for next year, so
yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's they want quarterback value for deep. Well, I mean, listen, I'm not giving up 3 first rounds. I'm not giving up 2 second firsts. Yeah, I'm not giving up 2 firsts. But I mean, I'll give a first, a third, and a fourth next or something like that. Maybe throw in a Jalen Reagor. You want to throw in Andre Dillard? I mean, I'm willing to wheel and deal. But if they're asking for a quarterback price, they're not going to get it, dude. I think that the way the NFL seems to be that when these players went out, teams don't want to keep them anymore. So the longer the fight goes on, the only more the value that they're going to lose out of them. So to me, I think that if even if the Eagles don't get them, if I hear that they made a legitimate offer, I can live with that,
Yeah. If I hear a king's ransom, I'm hearing it's look, when I hear king's ransom, I hear it kind of simulates that it's going to be 2 first-round picks. And that's me. I think they want a lot more because of how they used them too. So I don't know.
Yeah, listen. So if I'm going to work a trade with somebody and my player just publicly today becomes available for a trade, the first response I'm going to say is I have to get a king's ransom. True. You have to. That's negotiations 101. Like you ask for more than what you're willing to take on purpose. So to me, that's all just negotiation talk. They're not getting 2 first-round picks for a wide receiver. That is not going to happen.
Not before the draft. Now 8 days before the draft.
No. We have a good relationship with Carolina, and they inquired about Dillard last year. They also don't have a second or third rounder. Yeah, I think Carolina is primed to trade back. So I think you could definitely move up, and I think you could probably do it and not give 2 first-round picks to get up there. So I think if you get a situation where you got the Giants are 5-7, right? The Giants take offensive linemen, and then they want Sauce Gardner.
Boom.
It is time to second straight year to jump
cut in front of them, baby.
Again. Get them again.
Plus they inquired about Minshew last year before the trade deadline, and apparently the rumor was a second to a third round pick, which I'm really surprised the Eagles didn't pull the trigger on during the season last year. So I think it's going to be a good relationship, a good trade for both these teams.
I will be shocked if Carolina don't trade. I got a feeling the Eagles are probably going to trade.
They don't have a first round pick next year, don't they? Do they have a first? I don't know if Carolina has a first rounder.
First round next year, but they probably could go back to 15 and probably then maybe even trade back again, get a bunch of picks, and then get one of those quarterbacks anyways.
Yeah.
Watch out for Green Bay trading up with Carolina. They have 2 late firsts. Yeah, I mean, if they're willing to give up 2 firsts, I agree. You know, let's say Williams, what's up 500? I lost the 500. Why? I didn't lose 500 yet. 18. We got a long way to go, but we're working on it. We're only like I'm only like 526 pounds now. You know, so we'll see. Brian says I would take both Davis and White. Would you do that? 15 and 18. Take both defensive tackles?
No, I wouldn't. I take Jordan Davis before anything, but I wouldn't double dip. If you're out, I would take defensive tackle and defensive end, 100%.
Yeah, Jay Trill says Eagle fans are the biggest fanboys and fanaggers in football. Delusional, dude. Your fan base has a guy making 80 videos a day named Mark Holmes. Talk about delusional. Come on, dude. You don't have any right to say that. You know, Green Bay needs a receiver. They probably trade up and take a top. They could. I mean, they could. The thing with the Packers is they've got Aaron Rodgers quarterback. So he makes a lot of cool receivers look really good.
Yeah.
So would you trade our 2/3 Diller and Reagor and get the number 4 pick? So trade 2/3 Dillard Reagor to get the number. Yeah, but I don't think that would be enough.
No,
I think you have to throw in your first round picks. I think you'd have to give up 2 first round picks. You know, I don't know. Watch out for the keto fufa. Yeah, I've dealt with that already. 500. I give you a scenario. If Howie selects Kenny Pickett but trades for DK, would you be all right or would you freak out? Man, that's a great question. Love the thumbnail, by the way. I look like I'm in Siberia. In that picture, I look like I work for Santa Claus or something. Yeah, I might flip out, dude. Well, see, I would be so happy with DK. But I don't want Kenny Pickett in the first round. I really do not. I think I was saying this earlier, Joey. I was saying that I think you have more of a possibility of a total meltdown in this draft than me. I think
because of Matt Corral.
Yeah, because I think that Matt Corral in the second is going to happen. but I don't know. I've gone like pretty much almost every first round scenario, and I don't see anything like angering me too much. But I think if the Eagles took Corral in the second, I think you would flip out.
Just hearing his name, my blood is starting to boil just a little bit, and it's not even draft day yet, so.
Yeah, Joe Gotlock says football is dying, not the same it used to be. That's because your boy Carson Wentz got traded again. Come on, you were an Eagle fan, then you were a Colts fan all last year. Now you have to be a Washington Commanders fan. I can see why you think it's not the same anymore. Cody says, "Please no Corral. Easy money. He wants them. Easy money is guaranteed going round 1. Everyone remember Brandon saying, who's guaranteed going round 1?" Who?
Corral, I guess.
Well, easy money likes Corral. I mean, like, dude, like he's all about everything is Matt Corral. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. What's your biggest difference in the off-season strategy for the upcoming weeks? What's our biggest difference? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think we differ at? Like in terms of what we think the Eagles should do. I think that's what they're asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the only thing is I think that I'm more – if the Eagles took Corral in the second, it wouldn't bother me at all. I think it would bother Joey.
Yeah.
You know, I think that is one. I don't know. It wouldn't bother me. It really wouldn't.
Not even a little bit?
No. I would not, because I'm kind of intrigued by him a little bit. RPF, he says, you Cowboy fans are delusional as fuck. You Dallas cockroaches haven't won jack shit since 95, a thing of the fucking past. Dan, don't get RPF pissed off. Boy, that's not what we want to do.
Definitely not.
You know? Adams and never right. Schefter is saying Dallas, Packers, and Kansas City are leading in the Deebo sweepstakes. Now confident that he's not going to any of those things. Adams is saying Dallas? Why would Dallas? How could Dallas afford him and let all these other guys go?
No, I mean they need a receiver. I think they'll draft him before they sign one or trade for one at this point.
Adams and Hill got traded for a first and a second. Deebo should be a little cheaper, but you remember the Adams one. I get Tariq Hill went for a first round pick, which was the 29th pick, I believe, overall. So I mean, essentially, it was a second round pick.
Yeah.
To me, it's a late first round pick. So he went for a second, and like a couple other picks. I think the 18th pick would be way more valuable than that, of course. So I mean, I think a first, a third, a fourth the following year is, and you want to throw a player or two in, I'm okay with that too. I mean, I think that's more than fair, no?
I agree.
How could the Cowboys afford him? If they couldn't afford anybody else all off season, now they can afford him?
They're restructuring a lot of contracts right now, too, but, I mean, it's just kicking the can down the road at the end of the day. Plus, you're paying Dak Prescott a lot of money, so I don't know how it's even possible. Unless they could just fit him under the cap and try to make it work. I don't know.
Yeah. That was for I only if I'm reading somebody's comment, I'm going to read what their comment says, for the most part. Don't need to make a wide receiver rich and kill your cap. Good ones are to be had in this year's draft and will play on rookie deals. Here's my issue with that. Here's my issue. Joe, you can tell me if it's flawed. And I've said this before. There's a couple issues. One, you want to see if Jalen Hurts is the guy. Get him somebody that can help him right away. Number two, you drafted a wide receiver last year in round 1, right? A lot of people want the Eagles to draft a wide receiver in round 1 again. So, in a few years, Devontae Smith comes up for an extension. The market's going to have been reset many times over by then. Guys like Justin Jefferson are going to reset the market in a few years again. So now you're going to pay Devontae Smith well over $25-30 million to extend him. And then the following year, you have to extend your other wide receiver that you took in the first round. He's going to make over 25-30 if he's successful. So now you're paying all these young draft guys that you got to be franchise corner foundational pieces. You're paying them either now or you're paying them later. If you pay Deebo Samuel now, in 2-3 years when Devontae Smith's contract comes up, it's actually going to be, I think, easier to maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not promised it's a really young offense with a young coaching staff. You know what I mean? It's you had a first-year head coach last year, first-year offensive coordinator with the Eagles, rookie quarterback. I mean, there were so many new pieces. I want them to bring in that veteran wide receiver at the beginning of free agency, because bringing in those veterans could help, not going to the draft. And like I said, because of, like Philly said, just because of contract situations and because if you get a wide receiver now, you got to pay Devontae Smith in a few years, and right after that, you got to pay a brand new wide receiver, 25 plus, 30 plus million. You don't know what you're gonna have to pay, but
and you've got a quarterback you have to pay
at the end of this year. Yeah, at the end of this year, if that's the case.
The value of drafting receiver in the first round is much higher now with the price of top receivers nearly $30 million. Yeah, maybe. Two things about that. In a few years, it's not. It's going to be it's going to work the opposite way. Not to mention, you got to trust the guy drafting the receiver is going to hit on the right receiver. You know what I mean? Yeah, the cap will be higher in a couple years, but, so will those salaries. I mean, if guys are getting $30 million this year, right, what do you think Justin Jefferson gets in 2 years?
Oh, Jesus, I don't want to know.
You know what I'm saying? The market's going to keep resetting. People think $30 million quarterback money. It's not anymore. Quarterback money is $50 million. $55 million, so I don't see it that same way, I think why not get a guy that could come in and help you right away. He's 26 years old and pay him now. Yeah, set it up so his extension doesn't go against your cap until next year, and set it up that way, and bring him in, and then in a few years, when you have to pay Devontae Smith, we'll be going, well, we got Deebo at a fair value, you know? That's how I look at it.
True.
The only positive from this all season is getting Hassan Reddick. That's it. This team ain't no better overall. Yeah, Hassan Reddick came at a value. I mean, he came at a discounted price. You know what I mean?
We got lucky with that one. That one was luck.
Yeah, exactly. Myron says, you're going to have to pay somebody at some point, so why not make – that's it. That's exactly right. You're going to have to pay somebody at some point. So, and in my opinion, like, what are you waiting for? You can't wait for everything to be perfect. It's so hard to say, all right, everything's perfect. All we need is this one guy. Oh, look, he's magically here. You got to get the guys when they're available. This year is the year that these wide receivers are getting moved. You got to make a move, you know?
True.
Phil, you see what Howie said today? They're trying to zig when everybody else is zagging. Like, guys just has to be the smartest guy. Oh, I know.
It could be a reincarnation of 2019 all over again. I swear to God. It could be.
I know. Dude, I don't believe anything he says. First of all, there were all the questions in that press conference were easy softballs.
They
didn't ask him anything tough. And then it's just like, yeah, well, we got to do this or we got to be ahead of the curve. And I'm like, dude, you drafted Danny Watkins. You know, you stink. I don't trust him. I don't believe. And then you see Nick Sirianni with glasses. He looked like a guy that goes to Starbucks every day. I want a venti caramel frappuccino with a little splash of latte, whatever the hell they say. Dude, there's nothing more embarrassing than when you go through a Starbucks drive-through and your wife is like, all right, here's what I want. And she's like, you're like, venti, and on the venti, caramel frappuccino and it's like the names are like forever. And I'm like embarrassed. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, no, you want to go to Starbucks? Go through the app. I hate Starbucks. I'll never go there.
As close as you get to the draft and you get these press conferences, the more BS they're going to be giving you. Like, they're not like, I don't know what they're, even with the questions, like he just, well, when you do, it's just, you're not going to get a straight up answer, but anything could be a lie at this point. So it's just, no idea.
He's not going to tell you anything. And they didn't really give them any cup. Like, to me, the question to ask Howie is, hey, Howie, you said 5 minutes ago that Jalen Hurts, you like him, that you guys want him to be the guy for years to come. Why haven't you done more to help him? It's a simple question. I would love to know his answer. I think I know what he would say, but, I would want to ask him anyways. Roland says, apparently Deebo doesn't want to be used as a running back. He's not a pure wide receiver, and he has to be schemed correctly. It would be an awful trade if he can't be used to his strengths. Well, all right, so here's my other issue. So people say, well, the Eagles coaching staff won't know how to use him. Then why are they coaching? Like it's either I'm so tired of we have no cap money, we have no ammo to make any moves. We don't have a coaching staff that can coach. We don't have a GM that can pick. Like, what are we doing? We can't get better in any way. And everything we try to do, there's always something preventing us. Like, if our coaching staff is that bad, fire them. If the GM is that bad, fire them. Start over. If we can't get a guy like Deebo and not know how to use him, then we are in big trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
We got 367 people in the chat. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and go sub up my man Joey Shakes Up. Sub him up. Now I got a video that I still got to film it, but I'm going to do a video on George Pickens because I think that if you're going to draft a receiver, I've come to the conclusion you got to go for George Pickens. I think Pickens is the perfect guy to play opposite of Devontae Smith if you're going to draft a receiver. And I think you can trade back and get him. So you trade back, maybe late first, pick up some extra picks and get him.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Pickens?
No, I like Pickens for 6'3" and his height with this amount of speed that he has, the way he moves. Pickens, I think would be perfect opposite Devontae Smith. But I've been looking at guys like Alec Pierce that can go early second as well. Alec Pierce is a 4'3" wide receiver. I mean, he can run so fast. A big 6'4", over 200 pounds. I mean, this guy could move. Even in the third round with Wan'Dale Robinson's another one I've been looking at from Kentucky, and he's a small, very small receiver, but he could be worked in the inside with Quez and Devontae on the outside, and very twitchy, very explosive. Great, I think one of the best hands in this draft class. There's a lot to choose from, but Pickens would definitely work out. Definitely work out. So.
Oh, I do. I agree. Cody says, I agree 500. We got to stop making excuses. Get guys that can do their jobs. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. I feel like every time we talk about anything, there's always a reason why we can't do something. And I see this play out all the time. And people want to know, why do I do all this stuff to say, like, this guy's available, get him. This guy's available, get him. I mean, there's guys like Devontae Parker. I didn't want Devontae Parker. Me and you both talked about not wanting guys. I didn't want Robert Woods. But I talk about them anyways because I want to make sure that when next year comes and people are making excuses for Howie, there's nothing. There's nothing that they can say. No, Howie didn't go out and get the guys that he needed to.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense of urgency. Where's the aggressiveness in this offseason? I mean, we thought that maybe he was going to be aggressive, but it's been more cautious than really. I mean, I know there's. Go ahead, you're good.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just think that they're lying about Jalen Hurts. I think the only reason they're not doing anything is because they're lying about Jalen Hurts, and they don't want to get They don't want to get a receiver until they know who their quarterback's going to be, and that's what I really feel like. Because to me, especially Deebo Samuel, the way you can use him, right, where you move him all around and stuff like that, wouldn't he be perfect for Jalen Hurts and that running game that the Eagles use? Especially with the short passes, the ability, the yards after. Like, to me, it seemed like Deebo Samuel would be a great fit and would open up everything for Devontae and Goddard.
I agree.
Dog says Eagles would know how to use Deebo Samuel. Even if he's not a pure wide receiver, he would be good at what he does at South Carolina. Yeah, I agree. He can play. He can play. Pickens or Watkins. I'm the Pickens guy. I mean, I like Watson too, but I was watching a lot of George Pickens, and I'm going, man, he's tall, he's got speed. He's like not the fastest guy in the world, but he's fast enough that he gets separation still. Okay, like I watched him and Drake London. I spent a lot of time on the Toronto Raptor yesterday too. Okay, the one thing is he goes up and he can catch. He's got better hands than Ortega-Whiteside. So, but he doesn't get separation. He's always covered. Like he's always covered and having to go up and make a nice catch or tackled. I just wonder at the next level if it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, Drake. I mean, look, if you're just getting a guy that's good in contested catches and has no speed, I think he has no worth in the NFL as a starting receiver. That's just me. And
I might be totally wrong about him. He may be like Sean Thompson.
He might be one of the best wide receivers. Who knows? He might come into the league and explode. Who knows?
He may be the greatest ever with my luck, right? And then I'll have this on loop.
I've seen a lot of Drake London going to the Eagles. I've seen a lot of Drake London going to the Eagles. A lot of mock drafts with him coming here.
Like I look at Pickens and I go, yeah, he's pretty tall. He's faster. He gets separation. He kind of reminds me of T. Higgins a little bit.
No.
I like him. Philly Spice, the Canadian rapper, started growing me. Definitely very, very. He's talented. I mean, he's got good hands and he's physical. But man, he just doesn't. He's always covered. I really like. I'm really like. I think Garrett Wilson's probably him and Jameson Williams are probably the two best receivers in this draft, most talented. But I think the best fit may be Pickens for the Eagles.
We'll see.
Yeah. London has good hands. I will say that. He has good hands. And I'm with you, Cody. Like I'm a little skeptical of USC wide receivers. That is true.
Yeah.
Marwan says, I don't see a high ceiling with Drake London. Yeah, I'm not big on him. I mean, I don't want to kill the guy because I don't know. Just when I watch him, I'm just like, he's always covered. And he always goes up and he makes a nice catch. He's got good hands. but he scares me. Michi would be a good pick too. I like him too.
Oh, Mechie, yeah, Mechie would be good too. Michi,
yeah. Jay Tro says Eagle fans always mad you all stay miserable. I'm thinking about taking a trip to Philly just to spit on y'all's statue. Go spend your money. Get on a plane and fly to Philly just to spit, you mope. Go ahead. Do it. That would be the ultimate waste of money ever, dude. UN versus my boys. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. It's not all about speed. It's not all about speed. But it's got to be somewhat about speed.
Yeah, it has to be.
You know what I mean? Like I do think that in today's football, though, like I think it's almost more important that guys have speed on the outside than in the old days where you had like that one fast guy and a one big physical guy. Like I think you have to be able to get some sort of separation. When I watch London, I don't see any separation in anything. You know?
Yeah, no, me neither.
And he might turn out to be a great player. I'm not so sure of it. You know what I mean? That I don't know. I'm not so sure that I can say for sure, but Philly also says do it. Who are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't even know what we're talking about. Do you know? Are they talking about Jay Trillin?
No, I have no idea. Oh no, probably. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Dior says, "Are you gonna get Philly's ass whooping playground?" Yeah, he's mad, definitely mad. London can be the next DK. See, the thing is, DK was a lot faster though. I mean, DK's got speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
N-word, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anybody type that. Otherwise, if somebody typed it, then you gotta. Well, first of all, it shouldn't be able to go through. Reagor was offered in Deebo trade. What are you talking about? It's like $3 to get the Philly broke ass. What? You really $3? Where are you coming from? Oh, UN versus Ali. Or it must be UN versus Ball. They must be fighting. I don't know what the hell's going on. Philly Sports Rap says, I'd rather take my chance on missing on London and not drafting. Yeah, I will too. Booth or McDuffie? There's a good question.
Booth. 100%.
McDuffie's a little too small for me.
Yeah.
Oh, the safety Hill from Michigan. I watched a little of him. I liked what I saw. I think there's some good safeties in the second and third round.
Brisker and Daxton Hill is going to be good. I mean, he's that Malcolm Jenkins piece that can move around. He's good.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah. London can never be DK. He's not close to that speed or that athletic. DK is twitchy. London's not that. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that worries about London is like he's always covered. Always somebody on him. Drake London got goofy routes. Look, it just sounds like Drake London, a Canadian rapper from Toronto. Did you buy his album? Did you buy the new Drake London album? That sounds way more than a football player, right? Like a football, a real football player's name, like Matt Corral. Corral with his gunslinger arm.
Corral. I think about Golden Corral, the place that buffet you eat at every time I hear his damn name.
Oh God, I don't eat buffets, dude. I'm against buffets. We definitely need a wide receiver. Reagor wasn't a good. Yeah, Reagor was a horrendous pick. And this is what I'm saying. If you had made the right pick, we're not having this conversation right now.
And Howie talked about Reagor in the press conference today and talked about like the right pick and the wrong picks and not making these mistakes again. Like he said by the fan base that that Jalen Reagor gets a lot of attention from the fan base. I'm surprised he actually said that at his press conference.
But Reagor stinks.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm totally against buffets.
He said, yeah, okay.
No, he don't believe me because I know he's looking at me going, oh, this dude lives at him. But I don't. I do it in private. I eat in the dark. Listen, I am not going to no buffet where I'm going to be waiting in line and everybody's looking at the fat guy at the buffet. There's no way in hell that's going to be me. That's what people do when they go to buffet. Look, look, the fat guy's up in line again. Look at the fat guy. So I'm either gonna eat one time, or I don't do buffets. F buffets. You know, I'm having fun, dude. Therapy. I'm in Philly Bull. All right. Hey, if you're enjoying yourself, then enjoy yourself. You know,
True.
I'm totally good with that. 205 Sports says, can we get Garrett Wilson? Yeah.
Be a great
I'm all for it. I love you too, man. I love you too. Listen to all these people now. All of a sudden, we got to get Deebo. Absolutely. People are starting to think so. I eat in the dark. I do. I'm very weird. Like you watch Mark Holmes, he's eating chicken wings on stream. I'm like, you never see me eat. No. I will never eat on stream. What up, gentlemen? Looking forward to Philly Shakedown draft stream. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
You know. Did you see Andre Dillard, dude? Jacked. Did you see? You didn't see the picture? Oh wait.
No.
Oh wait, I gotta see. Now, can I put a picture in here the same way I can do an invite? Like if I go share video,
Oh yeah, you can share your screen.
If I go share video file, and can I put a picture up on that? Will it work? Do you know?
I don't know if it's not a video file, it probably won't.
How the hell can I share a picture?
You could email yourself the picture, and just save it on your computer, and then you should just be able to put that video file, the picture file, right into the.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that shit.
Well, what? So what? He's working.
Oh, dude's
tail
jacked.
off. Really?
Dude is jacked, dude. Let me show you.
I didn't see that. It's weird.
I'll have to put it up here.
Oh damn!
Look at that. Pause. Hard pause. Yeah, he's jacked up. Yeah, he looks like Thanos. Let's trade it his ass, you know what I mean? Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. You know? Dillard be rocking. Yeah, you know, that's it, man. He's rocking those Lane Johnson vitamins.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But what do you think they could get for him in a trade? Because I think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to trade him draft night.
Third or a fourth, maybe. I'd say a third or a fourth.
I think you could get a second. I think you should ask for a second.
I mean, start high.
Because it's such a premium position, and he actually played pretty good.
He did.
But he's pretty much relegated to left tackle. See, that's why we got to trade him. You know?
He can't cross-train anywhere else. Can't play the right side.
Yeah. I'm looking for any rumors on... Oh, Young Money has a message.
I saw that. It does not. It does not. Don't talk about that. It does not.
Philly, would you laugh? Dillard doing curls for the girls. Philly, would you? He probably is. You know? But, hey, look, I'm just looking at it purely from draft pick standpoint. Like, hey, look, this dude's jacked. Pause. Let's trade his ass.
There could be a team that, I mean, who knows? They might probably put the price high for him, and then they'll start to move down maybe if they don't get a second. I mean, if they get a second, it's a steal.
Yeah.
Be good.
Myron says, does Deebo not wanting to be a running back anymore change your guys' opinion on getting him? No. No, because there's still so many other ways to use him. But here's the thing. If that's just the only reason he's got a problem in San Francisco, why not just go to the Niners and say, I just don't want to be used as a running back anymore. You know?
There's got to be more to it than that. There's got to be something else going on besides that, too.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot more going on.
Yeah.
He wants out, dude.
Is Garoppolo getting traded? Is that a possibility after the draft, maybe?
Maybe draft night, you know, but I don't know. Philly 500 and Joey, are you two doing something together on draft night? Yeah, we'll be streaming the whole entire draft, all 3 days on both channels at the same time. So we'll be together for the whole thing. So it should be interesting. Yeah. Philly, do a workout vlog. Well, what am I going to do? What do you want me to watch me curl donuts? Look at this. Man, you know, I got to work out in private until at least 2 chins behind my head are gone. Young Mike says, okay, let's put it out there. If the Eagles don't trade for a player and stay put on their draft numbers, what does it say about them? It says that this upcoming year, they're not really concerned about wins or losses. That's what it says to me.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I think, you know. Mike says he said he got a bunch of death threats. I'm sure he's just done with the city. No, I don't blame him, because let me tell you, San Francisco's become a shithole. No, I'm sorry, it has. It's horrible. They even got apps around here that if you go down to San Francisco, it'll tell you what streets there's poop on.
What?
Now, I'm not joke. This is not a joke. Okay, my wife, they go down there to school and stuff. They have an app that will tell you on what streets there's human shit because it's so dirty there.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yep. So I'm sure he wants out. George Burrow, thank you so much for super chat, my man. Shout out to you. He says, "Hey Philly and Joey, I see that Deebo doesn't want to be a running back wide receiver hybrid, but it sounds like there's something else going on with him, maybe in a locker room." Yeah, George, thank you for super chat. I mean, listen, that's what they're saying. He doesn't want to be a running back wide receiver hybrid, but that's not why you asked to get traded from San Francisco, right? You go to San Francisco and you tell them that, and you work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's something's up. Christian Robson, I was thinking if they let go of Garoppolo, they might be able to pay him more to get him to stay. Yeah, but they also have to pay Bosa. But apparently the Niners are willing to pay the guy. They're ready to pay him. He does not want to play there. He's going to get traded. It's going to happen.
I feel. Yeah.
You know, the question is how soon? You know what I mean? You know, that's the question. Denzel Washington's evil twin. Thank you for the super chat, my man. He says, "I have arrived and I am ready for anything." All right. Well, we're talking about shit in San Francisco, so you never know what's going to happen here. Jesse says, "Hey, Philly 500 and Shakes, do you think it's a good idea to have the good backups in case of injuries throughout the season? We haven't got hit hard, but it's bound to happen. I hate even thinking about it." No, I mean, I think having good backups is always important. But, you know, certain things like with Andre Dillard, I think it's a little different because Dillard can't play right tackle. He's pretty much a left tackle. You have Jordan Mailata, who you're paying, and you have to decide whether you're going to pay this guy. You know, you're going to pick up his option year on his contract. That's going to be expensive.
$12.5 million.
So you're going to have a $12.5 million backup tackle. He's going to get traded. I think he's going to get traded. You know, Deebo for Sanders. I don't think they would do that. It's not enough.
No.
After racial comments against Deebo, I wouldn't want to play there either. I mean, do you think that's what it's from, though? I guess it could be. I hear you on that one, but is that why? You know,
could be. Who knows?
Yeah. Brandon says Deebo's good. He's not on Hill and Adams level. He's on Godwin's level, not Hill and Adams. I think Deebo's the second most explosive player in the NFL. I think Hill and Adams are definitely better wide receivers. But you want to say he's as good as Chris Godwin? Is that who he's saying? That's pretty damn good.
Or good. Does he mean Marquise Goodwin or does he mean Godwin?
Oh, he's no more. Marquise Goodwin's not anything near.
No.
Yeah, I think he meant Godwin. Man, that's pretty good. Godwin's a stud.
Yes.
You know, the thing is, he's 26 years old too. That's the thing. The guy's 26. You know, he's making peanuts, and he's not making a lot of money. So if the Eagles were able to trade for him and then give him an extension, you give him an extension, set it up so the extension kicks in against your cap next year, and you're paying him what he's getting paid now. It won't kill you this year, and you go from there. I mean, it can be done.
Yeah.
You know, Deebo's out, man. Mark says, "I would rather have Deebo than DK." Who would you rather have? That's a great question. DK or Deebo?
I don't know, man. I really like DK. I just like those overpowering wide receivers that can run routes, run into people. I mean, I've just seen him. I mean, the speed that he has for his size, and I just think what in this offense, 100% with Devontae Smith. I just think with Dallas Goedert, I think it's great. DK I've wanted. I think we've wanted DK since the beginning of the offseason. So
I know. I would say DK too, but I'll be honest. I'm not sure if it's that I don't have like post-traumatic stress disorder from that draft and not getting him. Like I've never overcome it. So I don't know if that skews my thinking. Susan says, Philly, would you laugh if Philadelphia's picking first via New Orleans? Yeah, I would laugh really hard. I mean, that would be unbelievable. I don't know how good New Orleans is going to be. But it looks like we got a lot of DKs, a lot of Deebo. So back and forth. They said the Saints are hosting Jarvis Landry. So if they sign him, does that mean they would be out of the fight for Honey Badger? It all depends on how much. I don't know how much money they have.
He could get a discount for him. I mean, I know he wants 20+ million, but he's probably not going to get that now. That's what he was looking for. But
who, Landry?
Yeah.
Well, I would think Landry gets like 10 to 13, somewhere in there. Yeah. Joe, I'm with you. I'd be happy with either one, man. Give me either or. Take either. No question about it. Let's see. Deebo says he doesn't want to play running back role. No, he doesn't have to. He could come here to Philly and let him just play wide receiver.
True.
You know what I mean? Mark my words, we'll take a long snap with number 1 pick. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, DK is the Terminator playing. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would love DK, But the thing is there's a lot of speculation in regards to DK and if Seattle got a good offer. The thing with Deebo is we know now he wants out. Like that is out there now. So now you have the 49ers doing damage control. It would take a crazy offer to, it's all getting set up for him to get traded. It's all getting set up. And then the thing is what about A.J. Brown? He's next because he took down all his Titan stuff now. And it looks like he's not far behind. Now, Deebo or A.J. Brown?
I think Deebo at the end of the day. I would pick Deebo because you can use him in different ways. But AJ Brown wouldn't. I mean, AJ Brown's been putting up some crazy tweets. Like he's been not. I mean, besides taking Titans off his bio, he's been putting up like people think I'm a bad team player, and like he's been putting up some crazy tweets the past couple weeks. So there's still a lot going on over there that we don't know about either. But it looks pretty bad. But I would say Deebo. I really would. I don't know if AJ Brown's gonna be any cheaper because really at the end of the day, but at the end of the rookie deals, they're getting paid almost the same amount. So would AJ Brown be more definite to not getting paid, not getting a big extension this year, maybe playing out his rookie contract and getting paid next year? I don't know. Maybe wait till the end of the year. I don't know.
And he's playing with his best friend. So would that play impact? Third down, 2 says motherfucker said he don't eat at buffets, just lost all credibility with his lying ass. I ain't lying. I am dead serious. I eat in hiding. I eat by myself. I eat in the dark, bro. I don't eat no buffets. You think I'm going to be the man at the buffet or look fat man at the buffet? Hell no. You could ask my wife. I don't even barely like going to restaurants. That's true. I'm dead serious. I have a weird hang up on that shit.
Yeah, true.
I'm too embarrassed. If I was thin in shape, yeah, I'll go buffet. When I get in nice shape, yeah, I'll go buffet. Right now, my ass ain't going to be the fat man at the buffet that everybody's looking at. Forget you. Phil, you streaming Sixers tonight? It depends. Depends what time I get home because I'm taking an extra long lunch, which means I'm going to be working longer. So we'll see. I will try, but we'll see. We'll see. A.J. Brown is clearly a better receiver than Deebo. Deebo has to be used as a running back to be worth the big deal. That's why Deebo's more injury prone. I don't think Deebo just has to be used as a running back. I don't believe that.
No.
You know what I mean?
To make him more valuable, no. I mean, I think he's got a lot of value just being a receiver.
Yeah. I'm just being. That's dead honest truth. I will not go to a buffet. I barely go to a restaurant. I'll eat in the dark. Do a live poll. What do you want the poll to be? Phil, you're in shape. Thank you. I feel so much better now. I'm in shape. I'm a circle. That's hilarious. What do you want? Oh, trade for Deebo, then draft James. But what do you want? What should the poll be?
Deebo or AJ Brown, or would you want?
Okay.
Or
let me try to get that one up real quick. I got to go to here. Let me see. All right. Let me see here. Create a poll. What's that?
No, I was looking at Vin Fosh put out a thing saying Eagles have officially made a formal offer to 49ers Deebo Samuel. This guy always puts out tweets like that.
Yeah, I seen he says things like that. But I mean, I gotta think that the Eagles at some point they got to entertain one of these guys. No,
take a shot. Like,
all right, there's your poll. Phil, I promise you wouldn't stare. You would do the like little side eye thing. I'm telling you, I have a weird hang up with buffets. I will not go to a buffet. Will not do it. I never even heard of that guy until like a few weeks ago.
Who?
The Vin guy.
Yeah, Vin Fosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Deebo had 1,400 receptions, receiving yards. This crazy question. Deebo is better than DK and AJ. I mean, I'll take any of those three guys. Get me. Iron Muzzle says, "What's up, my guys? The dynamic duo. We will never get DK due to Howie's ego. Very possible. That may be the reason why the other guys you have a way better chance. Because if Howie gets DK, I mean, he would. That's openly admitting I screwed up. I screwed up this draft. Is it not?
Three-way pool: DK Brown.
Oh,
Deebo.
DK. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't do DK. We'll do DK next time. Young Yang Gang 22. Not a buffet guy myself, but I love all you can eat sushi. Right? I can't eat sushi.
I agree, Yang Gang.
Yang Gang, you need a wrench, man. Yang Gang's always in my chats. Always. You got to have one, man. Eagles need a physical. Yeah, I mean, I would love DK. DK Metcalf would be awesome. No question about it. So, what are you up to today, Joe?
Nothing. Unfortunately, my girlfriend has COVID again, and it's been really crazy. So, I've been home, and that's it. I'm gonna have another stream tomorrow. Some videos out tomorrow. I'm just getting ready. I'm ready for us to get ready for this next week. It's gonna get crazy, man.
It's gonna be real crazy. I mean, I think it seems like to me everybody's kind of like we're all kind of like mock draft out, and we're all just kind of ready for this thing to get underway. I know I am. I'm just ready for the draft to get here. Yeah. So tired of thinking about all the possibilities. Hope your girls get better, Joey.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Let's see here. Metcalf and AJ Brown are elite. Hold on. Let me do one thing here. Hold on. I got to get into the chat. Where is it? There you go. All right. You're good, John Jones. All right. So Metcalf and AJ Brown are elite from SEC, Ole Miss. Next is Matt Corral. Here we go. Corral has every trait in today's best quarterback. Talent is never questioned. SEC best conference. Smitty from the SEC. Easy money. Are you Matt Corral? Are you related to him in any way? Just want to know.
Another thing I noticed about Matt Corral too, he moves really nice in the pocket too. He knows how to evade pressure, and it's good. There's some good things. I'm not saying it's bad.
Go watch Matt Corral and go watch old Patrick Mahomes college tape. That's all I'm gonna say. Just go watch Matt. Go watch Mahomes in college, and then go watch a little of him. I think he's got a little. There's something a little funky about his throwing motion, though. I don't know if it's just such a quick release. He's got a very fast release. I think he's intriguing, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Matt Corral a little bit. I'm a closet Matt Corral fan, dude. Like I'm kind of hoping in the second round. I'm a closet Matt Corral fan.
I swear to God.
Oh, dude, it'll be hilarious, dude. Eagle fans don't want to talk about their team in the first to lose in the playoffs before the Cowboys. The only reason the Eagles lost first in the playoffs was because of the schedule. You realize that, right? We played Saturday and you played Sunday. But you guys choked. We weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, we got beaten 10 minutes. We got beaten 10 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
we did. Trade for Deebo, then draft Jameson Williams. That would be interesting. If you did get Deebo, would you still draft a quarterback in the first or wide receiver?
In the first? No, I wouldn't even touch it if that's the case. No.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. It is Denzel Washington. I know. I look like Denzel Washington. What can I say? Let's see here. We lost to the GOAT. They lost to Jimmy G. They lost because they tried to run a quarterback draw with 14 seconds left and no timeouts. I mean, dude, that's so stupid. I mean, so stupid, you know? Yeah, it does look like training day out here. I know, right? It's true. Would Seattle use Dillard at left? I think that's the only place that Dillard can play. You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Anyways, I'm going to do about 5 more minutes. Then, geez, I'm in so much trouble. I don't know how I'm going to get home in time for the game, but I'm going to try. But we'll do 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to end this stream. I'll try to stream again tomorrow, Friday, and come home at lunch and stuff. I appreciate Joey, man. I appreciate you jumping on with me, man.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of cool. You know,
definitely.
Yeah, the brother screwed us on the way out as always. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I think Seattle. I mean, Seattle. I think Seattle needs a left tackle. I think you're going to see. Like, I definitely think Deebo's getting traded. Like, the question is will he get traded on draft night or will this happen like really quickly? Like, are they going to just get rid of him quick?
It's gonna screw up a lot of like these teams and their draft boards and like their picks. Like it's just so late. Like I don't know how they're gonna try to get this done.
I mean, do you think the Jets make a run for Deebo?
I think they've tried to make a run for every wide receiver via free agency or trade. I think they've really tried. I'm hoping they can at least. I'm hoping they don't, just because I want them to at least pick a wide receiver in this draft, so at least Sauce can move up in this draft, because I feel like they will go Sauce or they will go somebody else.
You know what's interesting is you have Andrew Berry in Cleveland, right? He goes out and he makes moves, man. He doesn't play; he makes moves. You got Joe Douglas in New York. He's trying to go out and make moves. Why is it that all the guys that leave Philly are all of a sudden making moves, and we're the ones sitting around twiddling our thumbs?
You have that guy with the Giants too, and he was here. I forgot the guy's name. The guy with the guy that went to the Giants.
I know.
He left February. I mean, so there could be some. He might know what Howie's doing at some point. So I don't know. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I get it.
Might. He might. He may know the Eagles are trying to jump the Giants at 7. But yeah. So would he take? Would the Giants take Sauce Gardner at 5 and then get their offensive lineman at 7 because he's worried the Eagles will come up? If Sauce Gardner goes to the Giants at 5, that's going to be my theory. You know what I mean? Yeah. Joe Douglas is like actually trying to get a wide receiver for his quarterback. You know what I mean? Yeah, Andrew Berry drafted JOK too. Yeah, I know. And JOK, until he got hurt, he was playing good. Philly 500 gets trigger here, and people say Dallas might get Deebo. That I just don't understand how Dallas could afford Deebo when they let all those other guys go. Did Mark Holmes make a video on it yet? You know, that's what I want to know. Love the posters behind you, Joey. I'm a huge horror head.
Appreciate
there you go. Only Hal is NFL ready, Stacy says. The best deep ball ever. The media is drunk stupid. Watch his 2020 tape. I want to go watch him. I've only watched a tiny bit. I need to go watch him, though, because I've heard some people say that the whole Matt Corral thing is a smokescreen for Hal. I don't know if that's true, but, you know, it's crazy. Texans have emerged as the favorite for Deebo. 49ers screwing them. Why are the Eagles not emerged as a favorite?
They're not emerging for anybody. That's why it's hard to say they're not tanking this year. It's just weird how they just. This is one of the most. I don't know.
I feel like it's a soft, like a stealth tank, where it's like they're not trying to be top 3 or top pick, but they're trying to stay around top 15 so that they can move up in the draft.
Would they have been this quiet if they only had one first-round pick in this draft? I mean, like at this point,
it's not even the draft. I mean, what about the whole free agency thing? Has been crazy to me. You know, Mark made a video already. I knew he did. Radiation bots, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. He says, "Sup, fellas? I can't believe the draft is upon us. We need to get one of these wideouts. Yeah, haven't stuck on a great wide receiver since Teal. I know, we really do. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, man. I'm telling you, I think for me, wide receiver wise, I mean, let's say we get Jameson, Williams, Garrett Wilson. I think I really like them, but I think Pickens is the guy. Like, I think George Pickens is the guy they should target because I think you could trade back and get extra picks and get him. And I think he's a perfect combination with Devontae Smith. That's who I would go after. Yeah, I'm all about George Pickens. You know. The Corral could be the best out of 3. Stroud, Young, or two top picks. Worst 2 records this year get Stroud and Young. Yeah, they will. And the Eagles aren't going to get that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Petrie out of Baylor. Y'all, I haven't watched him yet. Have you watched him?
Yeah, he's a very rangy safety. Yeah, he's really good. Definitely one of the top early second.
I'm going to check him out. I think there's good safeties second, third. I still want Ojabo, though, dude. I want Ojabo. You know?
Second round?
Yeah, I want to get up and get him. I do, you know. You know, Pickens didn't dominate enough to be a Philly wide receiver. You mean like Jalen Reagor? I mean, it sounds like if that's the case, it sounds like he's perfect because Reagor didn't dominate either. I like Pickens. I'm not saying he's the number 1 wide receiver in this draft, but I think. Just fit-wise, man, I think he would be a great fit opposite. But, I mean, there's a couple guys I like, you know. Yeah, Ojabo could be this year's line. I agree. It's going to be interesting. No question about it. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. I want to thank Joey for jumping on. I'll try to do this again tomorrow if I can get back for lunch. And if I can get home in time for the Sixers game, I'll do it. I'm going to have to work a little late now because I took a long lunch, but I want to thank everybody for joining. If you haven't, definitely like, subscribe, and definitely go subscribe to Joey Shakes if you haven't. Part of the better half of the Philly Shakedown podcast. We'll be doing that this Saturday on your channel, right? Is it on your channel or mine?
Yes,
can't remember. Your channel. And then we got the draft next week. We'll be live for every minute of that all 3 days. So you guys all take care. Talk to you later, and we'll let Mark Holmes' son take us out.
We had not time for one more play. We had one more.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
what
run.
What are you doing?
Shit. I forgot the poll results. Cryptologist is right. I did have a poll. All right, so let me end this poll. Let's see. I didn't even see how the poll ended. Did you?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so here you go. Would you want AJ Brown or Deebo Samuel? Deebo Samuel 62%, AJ Brown 37%. 202 people voted. So Deebo won pretty handedly there, dude. All right, cool. All right, sorry guys. I didn't mean to screw everything up. We'll try that again. Peace.
We had not time for one more play.
The officials are bad.
We had one more.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking
You
kidding
got
me.
to be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Tell him more. He's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
But, you know, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way.
Yeah, we had one.